That's the Prince of Parkour, I'll have you know. All right, welcome to, I guess, an extension of the show I've been doing called Weekly Monday Nights, where every Monday night I watch through, ostensibly, what I watched 15 years ago to the day, where I would stay at my dad's sad bachelor pad in a post-divorce world, and would watch Cartoon Network cartoons leading up to WWE Monday Night Raw, and I only got into WWE and the show as a whole in 2011, and I fell hard every Friday night. At the public pool that we would go to, they would specifically keep the pool open later, and everyone would want to stay and listen to the music, and I would just like cross my arms because I wanted to go home and watch Friday Night SmackDown. And this is sort of the culmination of that. I'm not watching real WrestleMania this year. This is my first ever WrestleMania, and if memory serves, I think also my first ever wrestling pay-per-view. I don't remember exactly where I watched it. I think maybe I had my dad buy it so me and my sisters could watch it at that same house. But I have been watching every Monday Night Raw from January to this point, and I will continue to do so throughout the year, but this is really a turning point. This is what we've been building up to. For a lot of you patrons, this could potentially also be your first WrestleMania that you're watching through me, but I am not alone. I thought I required additional context, and also it's a 4-hour show, and I can't carry it myself. Who is here? Who is that?
I'm here. Caden is here.
This is Caden from the Patreon.
Mr. Also wrestling guy. And
yeah. And
also started watching it around this exact same time.
Yeah. Well, I always thought that like you guys got into it, like you were into it before me, and then like we were because I'm watching the show, and a lot of I'm realizing that like maybe I was an edgy kid or whatever, but like I didn't like John Cena. I feel like I was rooting for all the heels at the time, all the bad guys, and like Edge is sort of the forefront of that, and he's like the hot edgy one, and I feel like a lot of that was like just you guys, the older kids.
Well, D was a massive fan of one Mr. Adam Copeland.
Right, Cope.
I mean, so, like, would check how he was doing every morning on the school bus.
Well,
hard.
This is also, we're talking about our good friend D, who is not here with us, although I don't even have their number. I feel like we should have asked.
I have their number. I could have asked.
Yeah, wait, what are they doing right now? Let them know.
Also, hold on. I'm John. I'm also here.
This is also John.
I got caught up.
Sorry. That we, for all the people that are interested, was that the Oregon Trail? For all the people that are interested in the overarching Ultra lore and the Wii commune that I grew up in, John was the oldest son of the prodigal Call of Duty household. And Caden, of course, is my gummy bear brother. And we all, we all grew up together, really.
Yep. But yeah, I think I got into WWE just slightly before you did. Because I think the first Mania that I watched was the one with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker headlining.
Okay. That's 26 then, right? If they're the main event. Because 25, they went on, like, it was the penultimate match, which is, like, the worst position to be in.
Yeah.
A lot of
maybe, I don't know quickly enough.
A lot of the build of Triple H and Undertaker, because now we're at 18-0 for the streak.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. Like, when I was introduced to that, I was like, whoa, sick. So just the anecdote about D, the story leading up to this is that prior to this year, last time we saw Undertaker, he was buried alive by the Nexus in a buried alive match, which is a thing that happens in professional wrestling. And there's this sort of cognitive dissonance that, like, because I was like, this is nuts, they're killing each other. What was your position on wrestling in 2011? Did you, like, was the wool pulled over your eyes? Did you guys know that, you know, it's staged?
So I think I was in the kayfabe until probably around August of this year of 2011.
What broke it for you?
I'm trying to remember. I think it would have been that SummerSlam where Kevin Nash gets involved.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
That's what killed it for you.
Because the idea of a stick the winner, I was like, what the fuck is this?
That guy's sign just said his name was Charlie Mack. He's like the perfect Always Sunny character.
Yeah. I think it was just that at that point I started using the internet to its fullest potential.
Yeah. I forgot the WrestleMania 27 cube. That's where they hold all their
that's
knowledge.
right. Yeah.
That
I think it was just a matter of accessing the internet the right way.
Yeah, so there's like a level of dissonance where like I guess you know it's not real, but you're still like the show is because like this is right on we're still in the PG era. This is right on the cusp of like the quote unquote reality era where they really lean into the fact that like everyone has the internet now. The build up to the feud between John Cena and The Rock, who aren't even fighting on the show, was that John Cena called him out on Facebook and then got like 1 million followers. It was a lot of stuff like that.
Yes, and then The Rock films a Fruity Pebbles commercial in response, and that was the massive diss tape.
Yeah, all the dominoes eventually led to a Flintstone and WWE crossover match. That guy has a Sin Cara sign. He hasn't even debuted yet.
That's right, he hasn't yet.
But they've been airing vignettes. He doesn't suck yet. We don't know.
Hey, so I will argue that Sin Cara always sucked and didn't suck at the same time. He was terrible and great at the same time.
Schrodinger's Sin Cara.
Right. Yeah, Schrodinger's mask. I have both the Sin Cara Negra and Azul mask. I have both of them.
That's awesome.
So,
well, like this was, because like I hadn't gotten into professional wrestling until 2011, but I'm pretty sure I like had the video games, and that might also be how I got into it, is playing the wrestling games at the quote unquote Call of Duty household, and then also. Like, we got really into the Thumb Wrestling Federation in 2008, but that was, like, way before.
I will have to see if the book survived the move, but I used to have, like, a little guidebook from a book fair for the TWF.
I have that.
It's hilarious to read with, like, 20 years of hindsight on all of it.
There's a character named Brain Dramage or something.
Yeah, Drain Bramage.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The TW has Chris Benoit.
The build up to the Undertaker, or Undertaker came back, right? Like there were vignettes airing week by week, and it's like, oh, when the man comes around, the dead man's coming back, and then he showed up on Raw. But what I remember this as like them believing it earnestly. I think maybe they were just fucking with me in retrospect. But, like, I remember, like, when...
That's kayfabe, baby!
Yeah, but before because that's what you do for a kid, right? Because, like, I've gone to wrestling shows with my little cousin, and he's like, is it real? And I'm like, I don't know.
Not my parents.
Yeah,
my dad was a big fan of WWF back in the day. You know, he liked Hulk Hogan and Jesse Ventura and all that.
That's nuts.
So could not pick two more opposite favorite wrestlers. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
Right.
All power to the body. But so pretty much immediately he was like, "Oh no, they're actually hitting each other, but they're not hitting each other full contact." And so I think that worked better for me though, because it was like, you know, he was like. Basically, framed it as like, okay, it's quote unquote not real, but
it's not fake either. It's not. It's not like this whole thing is.
Well, that's why we use the word stage, because like if someone lifts you up and slams you on the floor, like it was planned, but they're still doing that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe it would have been better for us to learn that, because I don't know if you guys were involved, but like the people in my age bracket.
You better believe we were involved.
Yeah, because this is 2011, so I had my, by November, I had my 3DS that had, like, the video recorder. And we would film, we would have Molly and Riley do commentary behind an ottoman. And then me, and, like, me and, like, the kids my age were, like, just, like, actually beat each other up and do wrestling moves. And John,
that's how every great wrestler starts.
Yeah, was it your little brother who got legit, like, Batista bomb dropped on his neck, and then we had to stop doing it?
That sounds like a Daniel injury.
Yeah, maybe. Well, like, I don't remember if it had to have been, like, my birthday going into 2012, so maybe my like 11th birthday, I was like, we gotta do a Royal Rumble in my basement, and then
it was definitely in your basement. I remember that. Yeah.
And then one of the kids got like thrown through a table, and it actually broke.
No, yeah, I definitely remember that.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is that Dee told me when I was a kid that Undertaker actually died, and I was like,
that's absolutely something you
right.
would do.
And then Dee was like, like it is fake, but like the air tube they put under there like malfunctioned, and he actually died in doing the Buried Alive match. And then he showed up on Raw, and I was like, I don't think he's dead. I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah, no, that sounds like something they would do.
That's all. Because like I remember that as like, oh yeah, I can't believe they believe that. But like they had to have been fucking with me. There's no way.
I'm like almost 100% sure that they were fucking with you.
We'll come like at the end of April if we. What's the next one? Is it Extreme Rules after this?
I think Extreme Rules is after this.
If we want to do Extreme Rules, we should get D in on this as well, because the three of you were instrumental into getting me into wrestling, and I think what we were saying earlier is that you guys would watch it together, because I've talked about the March Madness parties, and this is really the culmination of that, because it's like early April, because March Madness didn't end at the end of March, right? It would bleed into April, no?
It depends,
because
but usually,
a lot of my...
Plus, they would also, if they did we would do like the Easter, the like church meals on Fridays because of the fasting and stuff.
I don't remember the fasting part. That's nuts.
Well, we're the no meat, I guess.
Some people took it a little more seriously.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Stuff.
Because like I remember, like the Kids' Choice Awards were always like late March, early April, and I remember watching them there. And then whenever like Nickelodeon did April Fool stuff sometimes with iCarly and Victorious, and I remember being there as well. So I don't. Did you? Okay, so John, you don't remember if you did watch WrestleMania 27?
No, I don't remember if I did.
Okay, so
because I may have been phasing out of it just as you were starting to like get really into it.
I'm glad you get to experience 2011 for the first time then.
Yeah, I think for me it was like I'm very much like.
Is that the Israel flag? Oh, no. Sorry.
I know what you're talking about because I saw it and I was like, it's coming back around. Hold on.
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
I don't think that's the flag of Israel.
Okay, sorry, my mistake.
The color's off.
Right, that's eggshell. It should be sandpaper.
Oh no! Wait! Oh yeah, that's right. I was looking at an entirely. Different.
Flag. I'm talking about in like the third row from the back. That's
like right up front. Right in front.
And there's the Canadian flag. Wow, wrestling really reaches everyone.
International.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's where the next WrestleMania is gonna be. Actually, they're gonna host in Tel Aviv.
What the fuck were we talking about before this?
If you because like I think the story that Caden told is that like there was like a WrestleMania party at some point, but I don't remember if we watched this together.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if we watched it together or not, but I definitely watched it at the time, and I had figures that came with the WrestleMania 27 stands.
Whoa. I've been there
like little plastic WrestleMania 27 stands.
I'm doing like a Half-Life thing where like this is a show for like people who want to hear me talk about wrestling, but also like that flag is really just center frame. Like people who watch me who like don't know anything about wrestling, and this is like a way to get into it. So like I'm explaining the characters like as simply as I can, and Vicky Guerrero shows up with a necklace that says Cougar, and I'm like, it's self-explanatory. She's right there.
Yeah.
And I
remember the whole gimmick right there.
Because maybe the same birthday.
He says, "Excuse me," and she's a cougar.
Right, and she's got that haircut. Yeah, that either the same birthday where I was like, let's do a Royal Rumble, or maybe before that. That like I think you as a goof got me for my birthday a Vicky Guerrero action figure, and it had a really small cougar necklace on that figure.
Yes, the Yes, that would have been. I think that might have been the 20. It might have been 2011.
Maybe.
But I definitely think one of us did give you that. Yes.
Right. Well, like,
That
my thing is, like,
right.
my birthday was, like, the first Monday of 2011, which is also, like, the first Raw I remember watching. So, like, I couldn't have been into wrestling if it was 2011. It had to have been later. Trish Stratus is also on this show to promote Tough Enough, which begins airing tomorrow on Monday.
Oh, that's right. That's Andy Levine.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it weekly as well. I don't remember anyone from that season, but it's an integral. It's at least a way to drop Johnny Test, so I don't have to keep watching that for an hour. It's also on top of all that, like, doing the best to, like, explain a lot of the characters. I think for the most part, all of the... Well, no, I was talking about the figure thing. And I had, like, a wrestling ring toy. There was the Snooki. I had a wrestling ring toy, and then I think I had, or somebody else had, like, a Vladimir Kozlov figure. And I took the red jacket off of that and put it on, like, a green frog plush and would, like, use that, because it was more malleable. It could do more flips. Yeah. This show, like, I remember... And you'll look at the card, and the tag match is the core, right? The core for Million Miles Away is Big Show, Kane, Santino, and Kofi Kingston.
Kofi, yeah.
Right. The core is what the Nexus became, basically, right?
Yeah, they're a spin-off of the Nexus.
Those are the NXT. The old NXT boys.
Right, there was infighting amongst the Nexus, so they formed two different groups, and really it's what caused their downfall.
Yeah, CM Punk kicks Wade Barrett off the steel cage.
Yeah.
Takes the armband.
And then Randy Orton canonically killed the rest of the new Nexus by kicking their heads off.
Everybody except for
I don't recall that.
Well, he hunts the head of, like, Husky Harris, and then we never see him again. He changes his name to Bray Wyatt. Like, he doesn't come back.
Does he kill off Mason Ryan too? Or does he when does he come back?
Well, here's the thing.
Mason Ryan is there for a little bit.
Oh, there's a core sign. Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kick off with the Edge versus Del Rio match. But it's the core versus the four.
What happened to Alberto Del Rio? I hope nothing awful.
If I remember correctly, he's like an assaulter and a rapist, I'm pretty sure. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, no.
And the good news is he's also going to be brought to the ring by his valet, who's on Fox News now.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
No, Ricardo Clay.
Oh, yeah.
Ricardo Rodriguez on Fox
When
News.
the fuck was Brodus Clay Alberto Del Rio's chauffeur?
Because he stole him in the second season of NXT. Yeah, he stole him.
He's his NXT bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, you know, I don't like the idea of separating the art from the artist. I think you got to acknowledge that. But, like, going back to 2011, I feel like we're all pretty hot on Del Rio. Is that true? I remember you guys specifically, Gummy Bear Household. I think it was just because we liked the entrance music, or maybe your dad really liked Del Rio.
It was the stuff falling from the ceiling was huge.
Right.
That was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was talking about this, that, like, I think either I latched on to Christian because I genuinely liked Christian, and, like, I liked Edge by extension because of D, or Christian had a cool entrance and a really easy finisher to do, so, like, when we were playing wrestling and, like, playing the entrance themes off my iPod Touch, I was like, yeah, I want to be Christian, because, like, that's the only finisher I can realistically do. I can't lift anyone.
Okay, out of Edge and Christian, you think Christian has the easier finisher to execute?
Well, you just stand and turn around. Like, yeah, you're right. The spear was easier. Gotta say, I love Edge. Retrospect, he's got the worst spear. Like, out of everyone who does it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too.
He won the biggest Royal Rumble. It had 40 guys in it.
It did have 40 guys in it.
Mm-hmm. The most ever. The biggest Royal Rumble. That's where Diesel was in.
Not the largest one, though, because the largest Royal Rumble that happened in Saudi Arabia.
Right. As all great things. There's Brodus, there's Chodus Clay.
Yeah, it is. Got the mohawk. I forgot about that.
Yeah. This is, I don't know if, like, he was always like that, or if he, you know, sometimes wrestlers take a lot of...
He's not Brodus Clay yet. He's Funkadactyl Brodus Clay next year.
If you
he's
close
the
your eyes... Yeah, there's Christian.
At the Royal Rumble 2012.
But Brodus Clay?
Yeah.
Wait, what did he do?
Because he squashes somebody at Royal Rumble 2012.
Okay.
And he's the Funkasaurus at that point.
By the January 2012? Because I remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the Funkasaurus then.
Right.
And he's the Funkasaurus at that WrestleMania as well. It's crazy to believe that 2 years after this WrestleMania, we're also at WrestleMania, like physically at WrestleMania.
That's
New York,
the thing is that I had stopped watching by 2013, but you guys were like, you want to go to WrestleMania in New York? I was like, yeah, of course. And that was my first
Hold on real quick.
Sure.
So we stop. Why?
He's in the coal mine.
Why is Michael Cole in?
He's in the coal mine.
He's at risk of bodily harm.
Why is he segregated?
So
he's feuding with Jerry the King Lawler, who has assaulted him.
Yeah, he has a match with Jerry the King Lawler on this WrestleMania.
Yeah,
what is
Jack Swagger?
Right.
I think this is before the JR Kiss My Foot match, which is what started it.
No, that's after.
Is it?
Yeah, this is the first time.
I think that started it.
The gimmick is that, like, okay, Jerry Lawler's never had a match at WrestleMania. Let's give him his WrestleMania moment. And that, I guess, like...
So this is after the Miz title match, then? That was against Jerry Lawler.
Yes.
Against Jerry Lawler.
By the way, the big story going into this WrestleMania is a feud between John Cena and The Rock, who aren't fighting. The Miz is the WWE champion, and he's in the main event of WrestleMania.
Oh, this is the one where he got that real bad concussion.
Yeah, we get to see this live. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, where he forgets everything.
Live. What was that, Caden?
He forgets everything. He says he forgets everything about the match because of the concussion.
Yeah, I was wondering. I legitimately got like a couple reels on social media. I was like, why am I getting all these Miz reels out of nowhere? It makes sense now. It's like, okay, it's because 15 years ago,
the cube?
exactly this.
Is this fucking with my perspective, or is the cube in the ring right now?
It is in the ring. Yeah, you can see it's got the wires to get lowered and raised.
I would not want to be in that ring, man. I don't trust that at all.
Hey, fun fact.
That low.
Fun fact: the guy who rigged the cube, same guy who rigged the wires for Owen Hart.
Oh, yeah.
He's learned. Clamps. He gets a second chance, as should everybody.
He's got tenure at the company.
Yeah, they could fire the guy who killed Owen Hart because he has tenure. That is a genuine thing that would happen at WWE.
If we fire him, he's gonna talk, so we gotta keep him on the payroll.
If we fire him, he's gonna tell everybody we've been diddling the ring voice, so he's gotta stay.
We're gonna tell everyone that we did it on purpose. It was Kevin Sullivan who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Sullivan.
Justin
absolutely
Bieber
did
shirt,
it.
Very big in 2011. It has been very illuminating to watch, like, not only like Monday Night Raw.
What year was John Cena in the Justin Bieber movie? Would that have been 2013? The Fred movie. That's right. It was Fred, not Justin Bieber.
That was the year before this, also, but like The Rock never brings it up as that was 2010.
Okay.
But yeah, because the second one they film a scene on SmackDown, and the SmackDown crowd is not receptive to it at all.
God, I wonder why.
So really, the build up to this is that Alberto Del Rio, who only debuted on the main roster in like August of 2010, immediately went on to win the biggest Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble. He's pushed to the stars. He's the new Mexican star.
Right.
Eddie Guerrero.
He's gonna be the next.
Except he's taller and more muscular, so Vince likes him more.
Right.
Yeah.
And he just keeps talking about his
they've really wanted. They've really wanted another Eddie Guerrero since he passed. Like,
Turns out he is too small.
They just had to wait 20 years for his illegitimate son, and now Dom's really got it.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw someone. I'd have to find my text with Sonny about this, but like, I was talking to them, and I was like, I saw a post where someone was saying that, like, WWE hasn't had like an Eddie Guerrero level Latino star for a while, and I was like, I don't know if 100% about Eddie Guerrero level, or for example, Rey Mysterio level, because he was also brought up as like he's the exception to that. But like, aren't like half of the fucking title holders in the company right now Latino. Like, there's because it's I know Damian Priest has some kind of title right now.
Yeah,
he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
A couple of the tag team fellas are women's champion. Stephanie Vacher is.
Yeah. I think the idea is that, like, there's, like, one specific star that, like, that... It's not so much that, like,
it all goes to that one guy.
Yeah, it's a Mexican star, like, that the American
It's the Jinder Mahal push,
behind.
where it's like, everything about India is this guy. He's
or
the
even,
only guy.
like, the Great Khali before that. Like, that's that one piece of representation, so it's like like, holy shit, this guy's huge. And ironically, I haven't been watching the Fed as of late, but I've been following. Ironically, they've accidentally done that by putting a German man in a mask who's pretending to be American, who's pretending to be Mexican.
Yes, Grande Americano.
Yeah, and they're like, it started as like a MAGA chud bit where they're like, oh no, he's from the, like, it was Chad Gable. He's like, oh, he's from the Gulf of America, shit like that. But then, like, Ludwig Kaiser got, I guess, in trouble for, I don't know what happened. There was drama. So they sent him to AAA as, like, a punishment, and they're like, you're going to be the second El Grande Americano. But he was embraced wholeheartedly. Yeah, just by being a white boy who could speak a little Spanish. And that,
yeah, I mean, like, he lives in Mexico. His wife and children are Mexican. Like,
yeah. He's, well,
he is as much a luchador as he is a wrestler at this point. Like,
the next Eddie Guerrero is Ludwig Kaiser. He's right there.
Yeah, no. It was. But to circle back to the Eddie Guerrero thing though too, is that, like, I don't think, like I understand the drive of, like, oh, we want this mega star. I don't
Selling
think
and
that.
rolling in the ring.
What I missed? Hold on, I wasn't looking at the screen.
So he was selling his arm, but then also rolled inside the ring.
Yeah.
The story of this match is that Edge's arm is injured, and nobody has ever escaped the cross arm. That was the other thing. If I was saying that, like, I would be Christian because his finisher was easy, I think maybe we just really like, you guys specifically like doing the cross arm breaker because you just gotta lie on the ground.
Yeah.
What were you saying,
anyway, so it was. I don't know. I don't think pushing a single person to that level is necessarily a good idea, though. Because, like,
especially in this day and age.
Yeah, on
backlash.
Yeah.
But with the audience they're trying to foster in the Fed right now.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't think it's a good business move to pin so much on one person. Because, like, it'll work for, like, an Eddie Guerrero.
I truly do believe that.
What happens when you have, like, early career Roman Reigns now? Like, that's.
Yeah. Well, the thing about, like, the Jinder thing is that whenever they're like, oh yeah, we can't just push this guy all of a sudden. It's like, well, of course you can. Like, after Jinder, it's like, dude, all you have to do, like, I'm not a wrestling book. All you got to do is make them win and then win the belt. Like, it's not that.
Yeah.
If people hate it, at least they won the
3
title.
months.
Yeah,
have a win for 3 months.
Have
Obafemi
win the belt this year, man. Who fucking cares? Like, if the run sucks, it's not gonna kill his career. Like, just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you honestly, unless you write him like shit, he's fine.
Yeah.
Like, he can survive. He can survive losing matches way easier than he can survive you telling him to say a bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah. You just have him go out there and beat people, and if people start souring on it, then turn him heel, and if people sour on that, then have him lose.
Yeah, honestly, their biggest issue is that they always end up doing the same thing, which is that they push somebody, and then they're like, oh, we can't pull the trigger yet. So they have him lose, and then they're like, well, we can't pull it yet. And then he loses again, and then because he's not ready. And then you just keep repeating that, and it's like, well, this guy's not anything. He fucking fails all the fucking time at the big moment. Why does anybody give a shit?
Well, everyone in that company was like, this is the young upstart. We just talked about Damian Priest. Damian Priest is 43.
Yeah.
The average age for the WWE Championship currently, outside of the women's
great
division.
For 43.
I know, like,
that's what he is.
I'm not being ageist, and like LA Knight is like mid-40s as well,
30s.
but like these are not, you know, like the average champion age in WWE right now is like mid-40s.
Yeah, for the big belt at least, yeah.
Yeah. And I love CM Punk, but like, you know, I don't know if he needs to be, like, he's CM Punk. He doesn't need to be World Heavyweight Champion. It shouldn't be Roman, but it doesn't need to be Punk.
So, how do you guys, just because I'm sure this is all just nostalgia goggles, but I think I vastly prefer the belt design from this era than I do the current ones.
For the World Heavyweight Championship or for all the championships?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say overarchingly, but certainly at least the World Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Which is that still unified, or did they split that up again?
Well, now they brought back a new World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, and it just has like the big W. It's the same belt, but it has the WWE logo like plastered onto it. I will say that the time capsule we're watching right now, the Intercontinental Championship is the blue oval, which would have been the one from like when you guys were watching.
Yeah, which I actually have.
I was gonna bring that up again. I love the plastic one.
I have the white strap. So, like, when Cody Rhodes won the Intercontinental title, I think next year...
Me too, brother.
He
switched it to the classic white strap. And that's the one I prefer, but I think it's mainly just because, like, I didn't start watching with the white strap, but, like, that's the one I think looks the best. Like, that holds it across the most. And even, like, the United States Championship, like, I don't dislike the new belt, but I certainly like the one that's just, like, a big, ugly flag. that one has its charm.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like all of the U.S. title designs are ugly. I feel like all of them are.
Yeah, but at
honestly,
least this
the only one
I
liked was the silly John Cena one.
Yeah. The
silly spinner U.S. belt.
I will say that, like, I do
the
have
silly spinner is such a thing of that era, though. Too.
It only ever looked good on John Cena. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I also, there was a Raw right before this where Miz had like a giant unveiling. Like, he had something under a red carpet. Christian going after Ricardo Rodriguez. Oh,
he's fighting Big Brodus, whose shirt says she on it.
Sheesh! Yeah, wait, what is it?
With an exclamation.
2011.
Those are her pronouns.
Bro, his play is a detransitioner.
That's why he's on the fucking Fox News grind now.
I just remembered that they fucking take a crowbar to the fucking limousine at the end of this match.
Hey,
I don't know why that just hit me. They fucking do that in this match, and I don't know why that just hit me.
JBL thing, right? He's like, if Eddie Guerrero and JBL had a kid, which they probably did, that is Alberto Del Rio. But oh man, what was I saying? What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, like nostalgia goggles. That like I'm going back to this era. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the first era I started watching. I remember all these like classic storylines. But like watching it every week, it's like this is tough to defend. Like this is really we're talking about belts. And like when I'm watching matches, I'm like, okay, so like the divas are like this is before the women were respected. And they have like 30-second matches and their belt is a pink butterfly.
The ironic thing is, it's actually not the worst women's wrestling. That's the crazy thing, is that they were actually treated worse prior to this time period.
That's my thing, is like, of the storylines I remember this year that I love, like the Natalya and Beth Phoenix run, I legitimately like still, like I haven't gone back to watch it, but like in my mind, it's still, the Divas of Doom, like, I think that Beth Phoenix is the most underrated, because she was having good matches in an era where it was really hard to have good matches. Like, she was having good matches with everyone.
Karma's also this year as well, I think.
She hasn't shown up yet. Yeah, because like they do vignettes probably after WrestleMania.
She showed up in the Royal Rumble as well.
No, is that the 2011 Rumble? It has to be the 2012 Rumble.
I think it's the 2012. Yeah, I think
because
in the 2012
she like shows
Rumble.
Up, she announces that she's pregnant, she goes away, she comes back for the Rumble, and then she leaves.
Yeah.
Well, because like for me, like it was just WWE. I wasn't aware of anything else, but. You guys,
so I was watching TNA at this time.
Right, you guys had gotten into TNA. I did not know there were greener pastures. Well, I don't know if 2011 TNA is greener pastures.
I would not in a million years, not in a trillion lifetimes, call TNA greener pastures.
The show did become
2012
greener.
TNA is actually better than a lot of 2012 WWE, but it's only for like 3 or 4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when does Hogan show up?
And then after that, it all falls the fuck apart.
Oh, I guess that was the world title match. Sorry, kid, you're not ready yet. I
remember enjoying. I liked Booker T's work on TNA. I liked Booker T,
great.
Rob Van Dam.
Yes.
I remember when Matt Hardy switched over. I liked what he was doing over there. It was just he was just getting a better push than he was at WWE at the time.
Okay. Because when you say Matt Hardy TNA and quote-unquote the stuff he's doing over there, I don't think about 2011 as much as I think about, like, 2016, where he's doing really weird shit. Yeah.
I fucking love the post-WWE career of the Hardy Boys.
Like that, like, they... As far as cinematic matches go, there have been ones that have been, like, really good, but, like, they haven't reached that, like, Tommy Wiseau, like, aura of the final deletion.
The final
do you want to hear something completely insane?
Of course.
The first wrestling match that I showed Sonny was the final deletion.
Of course.
It's like,
I saw a post the other day that was like, oh, what are some
good
matches to, like, get people into wrestling? And, like, for me, whenever I would make my friends watch it that weren't into wrestling, I would always do the Rumble, because that's, like, the most fun. Yeah. It's, like, the most rapid.
It gets you the like excitement stuff because you can tell when people get excited about certain people showing up, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have a sleeper hit that I think is really good at getting wrestling because of the circumstances that they have the matches in. I know I've recommended this to Andrew before, but there is a American who lives in Japan who wrestles for one of the I think DDT over there.
Okay.
His name's Chris Brooks, and once a month, him and his friends in Japan, who are a bunch of people who work in the Japanese indies, have a wrestling show that they live stream from a bar.
That's awesome.
That is, I want to say, like the ring is maybe 6 feet by 6 feet across, and it's literally just a mat in the floor, like on the floor of a bar in Japan. It is like it is the craziest thing. Like, they're in, like, some of these guys come out in, like, tokusatsu suits, like, as monsters and shit.
Yeah.
And again, those toku suits, they take up literally half the ring because the ring is that small.
That is a big thing in specifically, like, Japanese wrestling that, like, isn't really embraced here. It's just like dress. Oh, Ignigon from Aqua Teen. just like dressing up like a horror villain or a monster and just coming to the ring and like, oh, it's Jason Voorhees.
Yeah,
I fucking love Japanese wrestling. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should be watching that instead.
I mean, I do watch. It's like the stuff that I've watched the longest is actually Japanese wrestling.
I was in GPW for a while, but it's like I saw it in Vegas. It was really great, but it's folded, unfortunately.
Caden, check out Baka Gaijin and Friends on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Like, I think you would love that.
I'm glad we could all come back together for this. This is great. Never missed a beat.
Yeah.
Is Edge working with an injury right now?
I think so, because I think he had the neck injury going into this.
Right. It was a pretty short match, all things good, because he just took like a shoulder bump like on the car, and I was like, oh man, that's what did it. Like this car is not destroyed enough. You could surely you gotta at least get the mirrors off, like the headlights.
Christian's buffing it out.
It's already destroyed. It can't get less destroyed. It's like whenever I live anywhere and my roommates are like, no, we got to be careful. We want to get the deposit back. It's like, I already paid that money. We're not getting the deposit back.
Well, hold on a minute. Now hold on a fucking minute. Because I am a ride or die, we get every cent of the deposit back, motherfucker. Like,
I have never once
I have to disagree on that.
My thing is I've been screwed over that like in every time I've like lived somewhere, even if it's in tip-top shape, they won't give me the deposit. So I'm like, listen, I paid the money. I'm are
just
we
take it as the loss.
Supposed to be chanting for Del Rio right now? This is sad. I don't remember it lingering on this so much.
No. He's got the fucking confetti stuck to his ass as well.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a piece of glitter on Edge's shoulder when the camera zoomed in on him for the spear, and I thought it was like a tack. I'm like, are they gonna do a tack spot? Anyway, the Miz showed up on Raw and he did like a big unveiling of the belt. It's like my version of the WWE Championship, and it's still the spinner belt. It's just locked so it doesn't spin.
It's just locked at the M. Yeah.
Rolls Royce. Written in the stars. I'm glad that this, like, till this day, this song is still associated with WrestleMania 27.
Yeah.
Season's coming on. Well, that was the opening shit because
they use what is it, the Flow Rider song for
2012
for 28. Yeah.
Well, they used this song for all the feuds except for the No Holds Barred match where they used The Man Comes Around because that was Taker was using that as his entrance theme for a while. And I don't know, like, I want to say this. When I did the Bray Wyatt video, there was an archive on Peacock. You could watch Monday Night Raw in full quality on Peacock. They were edited, so like I don't know what the edit is, but that shit is gone now because they haven't added 2011 Raw to Netflix, which means you can't watch it anywhere. So I've been watching that shit on DesiRules.net re-uploads on. Okay, no, he is disfigured, or maybe this is the debut of disfigured. Okay, so for the enjoyers of weekly Monday nights, all of the feuds have like sort of appeared on Raw except for this one. And this was my favorite feud, and I think my favorite match of WrestleMania 27, where Cody Rhodes here used to be dashing Cody Rhodes. He was a beautiful
This is False Count Anywhere, too, isn't it?
Is it? I'm
pretty sure.
Georgia. And then he
because Rey Mysterio kicks him at the concession stand.
Okay.
For some reason, I remember that.
That's all. Yeah, you were there. He took off Rey Mysterio's knee pad, and then the 619 maneuver ended up breaking his face, and now he wears this protective mask, and he's like a Phantom of the Opera-esque character. We're about to see it here, actually.
Oh, so it was January. There you go.
A premeditated assault. But like even in
calling it a premeditated assault is so funny.
He could have killed him.
Yeah.
Could have.
That why was
I think it's so funny that like the dashing Cody Rhodes to disfigured Cody Rhodes is such a hilarious fucking writing decision.
I thought this stuff was so cool. He was doing like the American Psycho, like Phantom of the Opera thing. Like Cody Rhodes is a nerd, and I think that's what really makes everything works. And in 2011, I was like, Cody Rhodes is like my guy. Not my main guy, but I was like, it's kind of nuts that like I have no desire to watch the Fed in 2026, but like my favorites were Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. But I don't care right now.
Yeah, no, so I always hated
is this Joker
Cody
year
Rhodes.
Or is this Silver Surfer year? Because Rey
Mysterio, I think
like, does like
I think this is Captain America.
Is it Captain America?
I think this is Captain America. I think this is the blue with the.
Yes.
Yeah, there he is.
He looks like the Flash.
He's got the wings.
To fight off the evil foreigner Cody Rhodes.
I know he looks like the Flash, but hey, listen, comic book nerd.
That's true.
That's exactly what Captain America looks like in his first appearance in 1940. He had the
2011.
The little wingies.
This is a year before the first Avengers film, so definitely Captain America like came out. He was having a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So I never particularly liked Cody Rhodes because I don't think I understood the American Psycho angle of it at the time because I was 12.
Yeah.
But going forward, once I started getting back into wrestling, so how I ended up getting back into wrestling after having not watched it for like over a decade is that my friends and I were staying in a hotel for another friend of ours' wedding. And it was the night before the wedding, so we were all just like hanging out, not going too crazy or nothing. We ended up getting way too crazy at the wedding the day after. That was the wedding where one of the bridesmaids punched me in the face. So
that's awesome.
that was it. She got way too drunk, and we were trying to help her to her car.
Oh, I see.
And she didn't want to go to her car, even though she was getting kicked out of the wedding, but like very, very quietly. So we were helping her to her car, and I was like, "No, come on, like you have to go." And she just like, "Don't tell me what to do," and punched me in the face.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are cinephiles. This weekend I saw The Drama starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Reminded me of that. Very good movie.
I'll have to show it to the friend.
This is you.
Yeah, because we are still friends now. Like we laugh about it.
It's a little
like,
awkward encounter, but you know it builds character.
I was fucking mad about that. But the night before, I just kind of like we just turned the TV on in the hotel room, and it was SmackDown. And I was like, fuck it, we'll watch it. And I was like, so back when I was watching it, there was a difference between the Drew McIntyre that was on TV when I was a kid and the Drew McIntyre that is on TV currently as I'm watching.
Yes.
Let's just call it Twink Drew McIntyre versus Bear Drew McIntyre, just to
you really just needed that beard.
Streamline.
Yeah.
So
that was also an easy one to do if you're just jumping off the couch. Big Cody Rhodes head.
So I turned the TV on in the hotel, and I think this was like literally like the week after he won the championship. So I turned the TV on, and Twink Drew McIntyre is now Bear Drew McIntyre. He's got a fucking greatsword, like a claymore, and a kilt, and he's the fucking champion. I was like, what the fuck happened in the last 10 years? Because last I remember, he was like just like a jobber, basically.
Yeah. He was in a rock band, and then he went away, and now he has a fucking sword and a beard and kills people.
Not with the sword. That's
unrelated.
unrelated. He did cut the ropes that one time, though. He like fully intended to kill someone with the sword.
Yeah, no. So that's how I started getting back into it, because I was like, huh, interesting. Looked up. I went checking on. Basically started just like looking, going like, oh, what did this guy end up doing after I stopped watching? What did this guy end up doing? That's how I started.
Had assault charges
into it. Yeah. Started. You know, that's also how I found Super Eye Patch Wolf, the YouTuber who does all the nice essays. That's how I got into that. Yeah. Now I've been kind of just keeping up with it tangentially.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm watching people watch it and seeing if there's an important clip, it will get to me. It will come across my desk.
Yeah, same. It's just like $5, and then I've been basically my interaction with wrestling at the moment is more just like watching documentaries about wrestling, because like the disillusion of the library on Peacock was like, I was like, oh, what's the fucking point? Because like I am the kind of person, I'm the kind of person that wants to literally just watch every episode of wrestling ever.
Well, like in the comparison, like whenever you're trying to sell wrestling on someone, you really gotta you gotta code switch a little bit. It depends on who you're talking to. And I always go between, it's either SNL or it's Shonen, which are two series that like have very long, several episodes over several seasons. It's either a live theatrical show that's fun to watch each week because like it's just the spectacle of putting together a live show and the time capsule of like watching an episode from a specific year, but then also like a grand narrative of overarching multiple characters where the main, like it's very literally a tournament arc. I think that's what Eye Patch Wolf said. Like it's one of those two things.
Yep.
Especially the title stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think I very much more enjoy the shonen half of that, where it's like you watch it. I am the kind of person who tried to watch WWE from the beginning. So like,
Monday
whatever.
Episode 1.
No, I mean like the tapes that have like Bruno Sammartino
stuff. That's awesome.
Like the ones where like Vince McMahon is doing color commentary when he's like 30. It's like
Man Senior still running the joint.
Yeah, him and the guy Gorilla Monsoon, shit like that. They did not have a whole lot of those, but the ones that they did have were pretty interesting.
Yeah. Because, like, it's still there. Like, I think it's interesting when people talk about, if you talk to film people or, like, video game people. Like, with video game people, there are still people who will be like, oh, no, this game that was made in the 80s is the best game ever. Or, like, film, it's like, no, this movie from, like, the 70s or even 60s, like, this is a classic. So many of your favorite filmmakers are inspired by this. This is groundbreaking. Yeah. Where, like, if you talk to the average wrestling fan, they'll be like, yeah, anything before 97 is unwatchable. And, like, that's pretty recent. Like, that's pretty recent.
Yeah, like, it kind of is, but, like, I still like it in this, like, weird, like, time capsule way.
If you go back and watch that old stuff, like, the bones are still there. There's a lot of stuff that's like, whoa, that's actually, like,
honestly, it's just that it's completely different. I think that's the big thing, is that a lot of people that get into it after, like, 2005, 2006, it's totally different from the way that it would have been.
Right.
People
ask, like, how you get into it. It's like, oh, what year should I watch? It's like, just start watching now. Like, you'll figure it out. What's interesting about the show is I've never gone back. Like, I watched this when it aired in 2011 and these Raws, but, like, I've never gone back to watch them because I don't really go back to watch it. There's so much of it that, like, you'll see people on YouTube, like, recap feuds, but I wasn't there to, like, watch it. I've been collecting tapes of certain pay-per-views, but for the most part, dude, sick sequence. Whoa! For me, Caden, I don't know if you ever, like, fell out of it, but I do remember, like, yeah, for one, like, you guys went to WrestleMania 29 and invited me, and I wasn't watching at the time, and we were physically there at WrestleMania, and then you invited me over to watch WrestleMania 30, which is, like, a huge, like, WrestleMania, like, that's a turning point, and I was, like, kind of, like, I was just trying to show you videos about wrestling on my phone, like, I wasn't watching at the time either, but for me, like, wrestling is about passion, and you really only just need, like, one person to be like, I love this person or I hate this person. And I talked about this in
you just have to find your end.
That, like, I loved CM Punk, like, from when I started. Like, my first wrestling memory was him taking over the Nexus, and then, 2011, pretty good year for CM Punk, all things considered.
My first quick interjection. Do you know what my first memory of Punk is? When I started watching it, was when he was, like, leading that cult on SmackDown, and everyone shake their head for continue.
Well, like, I think, like, a lot of the, like, heels I liked came from D being like, this guy is cool, and I'm like, all right, I guess, you're the coolest person I know, that might as well be true. But it was interesting that, like, I don't know where the Punk came from, because, like, if they were watching in 2010 and were in love with Jeff Hardy, like, they probably would have hated Punk, right? Given the everything of that,
Yeah.
But,
I don't think they were that big on CM Punk, as I recall.
I thought Punk was. I was always, like, kind of a fan of him, but, like, like, sometimes, like, oh man, I remember where I was when this story happened on the news, or when this celebrity died. Like, I remember the night when the pipe bomb happened, like, where I was sitting in the room.
I think it has to do with the age you're at too, where, I mean, you're always gonna want to see the Rebel, especially when you're at.
I was watching the show with my dad, who's a very straight-laced guy, and he was like, I like John Cena.
Yeah, kind of edgy.
Yeah, and CM Punk's like, he's the edgy
one. So he comes in, he's got the tattoos, tearing it down, the lip ring. Talking about stuff that you don't know about.
Right.
He's very charismatic. You're thinking, this guy is the coolest guy on planet Earth.
Yeah.
And he's tearing down the boring guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're instantly just like, oh, I get it. He's the guy.
Right. So when I was watching it the first time, I was, like, just enamored by CM Punk. And, like, I didn't even stop watching when he left. I think it was a little bit before that. Maybe even during when he was champion. I just, like, stopped kind of watching TV altogether. Because, like, I had just gotten iPod Touch and, like, YouTube at my fingertips. And, like, this is the future. Like, TV's gonna die. And evidently, I ended up being right, but I regret it every day.
They kind of were, unfortunately.
Then, you can either be brought in by an extreme hatred or an extreme love, right? Whichever way it makes you feel. I wasn't watching wrestling, but the 2015 Royal Rumble, the Raw after that, there was a blizzard, so there was they couldn't do Monday Night Raw, so they just aired a rerun of the Royal Rumble, and I was like, oh, the Royal Rumble's on TV. I remember liking the Rumble, I watched.
The one that Roman almost wins.
No, that's the one Roman won. Yeah, Roman won.
Yeah. He almost wins, and then Rusev tries to throw him out, and then he wins.
I saw The Rock raising the arm of Roman Reigns, and everyone booing, and I thought, who the fuck is this guy? And then, throughout 2015, 2016, when I got, really deep into it again, it was just I hate this Roman guy. They keep pushing him. I don't want to see him anymore. And then, AJ Styles came in, and I really liked him. And obviously, in that same Rumble, I saw Bray Wyatt, and I'm like, this guy's awesome.
That's the other thing, too. So here's the thing. I have never seen Bray Wyatt when I was watching, which means I've never seen him at all now that he's unfortunately passed away. Yes. I need you to fucking you need to find a way to tell me the other half of that fucking Bray Wyatt story. Yeah. I was so mad when they struck the first one. Yeah. So I was like, I'm never gonna know what happens to him.
I can say that I think did I talk about I guess I wrote that bit, but I never ended up filming it. That I ended that story on him fighting Orton at WrestleMania. That he loses that match, and he's never champion. Oh, no, that's not true. Well, that version of Bray Wyatt is never champion.
That version of him.
But that was the first WrestleMania I had gone back to. That's when I started going every year. Yeah. After that New York one. So I got to see Bray Wyatt enter as the WWE champion. I was a part of the Fireflies. Looking back, that's really cool to be a part of that. And even this most recent Mania that it wasn't great, but I was rooting for John Cena so that I could say I was there. I was there when he won 17. That was his last WrestleMania. And I'm not going back because you couldn't pay me to go back to Vegas, and I'm definitely not going to Saudi Arabia, so I'm probably just done going to Manias now. But I'm glad I could be a part of that. I don't know if this is so. This definitely isn't Falls Count Anywhere.
This was not the Falls Count Anywhere match.
Surely there's a rubber match at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I think the blow-off match at Extreme Rules is Falls Count Anywhere.
There's also a Raw episode where, because there.
It's a quick interjection again with the disfigured Cody Rhodes thing.
Yeah.
The funny, I think I finally figured out what the funniest fucking part of it is that because the mask is clear, you can visibly see that he's not disfigured even a little bit. And also, his mask is clear.
Yeah.
It's not hiding. He's acting like he's got to hide his face like a luchador,
Right. Well, while we're doing, they're both comic book nerds and, comic book accuracy, this is, we talked about American Psycho and Phantom of the Opera. This is very, this era of Doctor Doom, where, he actually isn't disfigured. He has, a scratch on his face. But because he's so vain, he, sears a mask to his face. Ultimately, fulfilling that destiny of him being disfigured. Also, this is just the show. There's no kickoff on Netflix. There's a lot of concurrent feuds happening. I don't remember Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus happening on the show because I guess I didn't watch the kickoff. I guess we missed it because it happened as a part of the kickoff. But there's a lot of What did he just say? Snoop Dogg is here tonight. He's in his house. Did he? I'm not. I guess we'll see it. Did he say Donald Trump just then?
He definitely said Snoop Dogg. I did not hear Donald Trump.
I was talking over it.
You may have.
Oh shit, it's the core.
The core.
Everyone's standing for the core national anthem. So anyway, what I was getting at is that Kozlov was scheduled for this match, and I know that he gets switched out for Kofi, so I just kept waiting for it to happen. And then on the go-home show, the final Raw, Kozlov is there and fine. He's not hurt.
No, I think he comes out to the ring with them.
He got injured during Access, allegedly, right? Maybe they just wanted, because he's fired within the summer. He's gone.
Yeah. Yes, he's one of the ones that get cut.
The continuous ECW champion, Ezekiel Jackson, still to this day.
The linear ECW. I guess it would be a linear ECW.
Again, it's all about nostalgia goggles, whatever you grew up with. I I love the brand split, right? I'm always going to be on side of the brand split. And maybe that's why I stopped watching in like 2012.
Me too.
They kind of dropped it.
I think that's like, I think part of that too is just like SmackDown versus Raw hangover.
Yeah.
But I also like, especially when you don't know that there are other wrestling companies out there, them creating their own little competition there.
Yeah.
It was actually probably a really good business move after they had just subsumed literally all of the competition.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened. Is they bought up the companies and then they're like, well, we have this other show. We should probably like do something.
Yeah.
With it. And like back then, it genuinely was a competition. Now it's kind of like tongue in cheek, like, oh, these are different shows. And now, even now, like, you know, SmackDown and Raw stars would just show up on other shows. But I'm a big proponent of the brand split, but I'm also, if I'm booking the show, if I'm putting together the perfect company, I am a one title belt person. Like, I don't think it makes sense to have title belts on
like
each
for the
show.
world title.
Yeah. Like, like you could have a world title on each show. You can have, like, you could separate United States and Intercontinental. I don't like when there's, like, SmackDown and Raw tag titles. Like, and I also, you know, nostalgia. I know people hate them. I like the penny belts. I like those tag belts.
Oh, the ones that are there now?
No, the ones that are on the screen with the bronze ones. Also, by the way,
that's
Kofi
what I mean.
Kingston's
I
Monday
like the
Night
penny
debut. He hasn't shown up on the show yet.
On WrestleMania, not yet to make a Raw appearance in this year.
Yeah, because like everyone else.
Is this before or after?
He's not Jamaican anymore.
Okay.
He dropped the accent already.
Yeah.
Well, that's a classic moment.
Yeah, they're gonna mention Kozlov. I don't know, maybe he like comes out and makes the save, but like this is an insane team. Like I think I just went into Mania without like really following what was going on. So like, oh yeah, just 4 baby faces or whatever. This is very prime, just like Kane do whatever.
Riley was a huge Kofi Kingston fan as well, so I remember he was psyched that Kofi was on the show, period.
Yeah, he made the card.
Yeah.
Because, this is, what's weird is, like, looking back, like, oh, yeah, like, Undertaker was buried alive at Bragging Rights 2010, which led up to, like, you know, him coming back. It was Kane who did it, so they were at least taking Kane seriously, like, 5 months before this. Now it's just with Big Show doing the fucking Santino trumpet.
Well, he feuded with Edge, and they did the Vicky Guerrero thing. And then after that, it was done.
Right.
And he was not anything until they kind of push him with the embrace the hate stuff in 2012. When he gets the mask.
Yeah, when he gets the
different
worst
mask.
Yeah. Because, like, I will...
And then he goes on to not do jack shit with that.
Yeah, you know that meme where it's, like, person who's seen 10 movies, like, oh, Tom Cruise rules, and, like, person who's seen 100 movies, like, actually, there's a lot more... If you're looking at a French film, and then it's, like, person who's seen 1,000 movies, like, yeah, Tom Cruise rules. Like, it loops back around.
Yeah.
Where, like, in 2016, like, when I got back into it, and I was watching all my favorite British YouTubers talk about wrestling, and, like, pure Japanese Puresu, and like, English graps. It was like, Nakamura, Cesaro, those are the guys. I don't care about all this other stuff. But, like, I've looped back around now. It's like, really, whoever the biggest fucking dude on the roster is, that's going to be my favorite. So, like, I loved Big Show and Kane. And,
okay, Vince.
Really just the fattest fucking guy. Get him on the show, and I'm going to be a big fan. And, like, if we're talking about...
There's the finish right there.
Yeah,
big hand.
If we're talking about... I think this match is over. If we're talking about parties of, like, wrestling shows, I think we were watching Money in the Bank all together. I was at least at the Gummy Bear household to watch...
We watched Money in the Bank here. We bought it. That was the first pay-per-view we ever bought, and that was the one where Punk wins the title.
Right. Well, we don't know yet. Yeah. Who knows? We'll come back in June 2026.
Where Punk allegedly wins the title.
Right. But, like, that main event is still my favorite match of all time. But I remember going into it, like, the mid-match on the card was Mark Henry versus Big Show, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I don't know who to pick. I was, like, distraught over it.
Before they break the ring, too. That wasn't even the one where they break the ring.
Yeah, that was, like, is it Vengeance?
Because they break the ring at Vengeance.
Yeah. But that's 2012, or is that 2011?
I don't know. Well, Mark Henry doesn't win the title until later in 2011.
And then TLC,
and the Mark Henry title run is great, by the way.
Yeah, dude,
that was awesome.
Like, there's little bits of 2011, like Zack Ryder.
But the Big Show part of that is not great.
No, that's Beanie Big Show.
Although I was there when Daniel Bryan won his first championship. So
yeah.
I actually did watch that live.
Yeah, 2011,
where
he's Beanie Big Show, where he comes out in the
Big Show gets all pissed off that he lost a match and punches out Mark Henry with a steel chair in his hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then Daniel Bryan comes in and wins the title.
Mm-hmm. Well, like,
and the place goes fucking
there are
nuts.
bits like Money in the Bank, Daniel Bryan, like, obviously the Summer of Punk, the Rise of Zack Ryder, the Divas of Doom, the Hall of Pain, One More Match.
Another one
like,
that went
so
nowhere
many
is the
classic
Zack Ryder
storylines this year. But like watching it weekly, it's like, this is like mostly bad.
You're welcome. I tell you, I got a great gift for you.
The thing that pissed me off,
happened to
even the
Zack
current
Ryder
Divas champion, she won it in a fatal four-way match where Natalya lost it. But now her and Natalya are just friends, and Natalya just has to smile and pretend like she doesn't want her Divas like title back, and it's pissing me off.
Yes. They're women. It doesn't matter to them.
To Zack Ryder, like around this era before he left.
Okay, so what we're, as a part of Weekly Monday Nights, where like every week, because it's been 15 years to the day, been watching like the new episodes I watched on Cartoon Network, because this is when like regular show and Adventure Time are really thriving, and it would lead exactly into Monday Night Raw. But on Weekly Monday Nights, between that, we're watching Zack Ryder's YouTube show, because this is 2011, and this is sort of a proponent of the reality era, that like now internet and social media is a big part of it, and Zack Ryder gets over because he has a YouTube series. So the YouTube series is sort of integral to understanding how he got over.
Yeah.
Got it. Because like when I was watching him, he was just like Drew McIntyre. He was just another jobber.
Yeah, he's just a job guy.
Yeah.
But then,
and then they put him in a
I come back and they're like, putting
like, oh yeah,
he's Matt Cardona now. You know?
Well, Matt Cardona was the king of the Indies. He was doing like deathmatch shit when he got let go. After he got let go.
Yeah, because that's what I heard. Is that he was like he once he left the Fed, he was like unchained, you know, like he was finally free to do a bunch of crazy shit. Hold on, I'm gonna switch out here for a second. I think I'm having some latency issues here.
Okay.
But give me just a second. I'll be right back.
No worries.
I was eating my teriyaki chicken. Because I'm the one and only great Mae Young.
I know you are the one and only great
All right,
Young.
I think I'm back.
This segment is going way longer than I expected it to.
Also, there's like a pipe and drape. Like there's people running behind them. It looks like they're in the way.
Yeah.
To her seats, enjoy the show because I'm gonna.
Did they do
It looked to be in the middle of something important.
Because there's like a press conference set up over there.
They did.
Okay.
They did pre-show. I don't think they did it with like the talent though. I think they were like a Vince or a Stephanie kind of thing.
Anyone else coming around that corner? Anyone else coming around the corner?
I think someone's coming around the corner.
Oh! I genuinely don't remember this. That's nuts.
No.
Yeah, because like for a really bad Mania, like Stone Cold's the special guest ref. The Rock is hosting. Like Taker and Triple H have a match.
Ready to kick some ass tonight?
Always am. You?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's bald.
Ready to bring it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they're bald mugging each other.
There's a bit the build up to this because like obviously like I'm trying to weave this story a little bit. So the idea is that at this point, is it Metro Man from Megamind, where he's like done everything and is all powerful, so he just like is depressed and kind of gives up and just like messes with everyone. That's John Cena's role right now, is that like he's done everything and nobody can stop him. So like the Miz is the WWE champion who's like, oh, look at this guy, like he doesn't take any of it seriously. And the Miz demands respect. So there was a bit on the build-up where the Miz came out dressed up as The Rock.
Yes.
And it weirdly, like, when you're at a glance, it looks convincing because this is like the palest Rock has been.
Yes.
I was gonna say it better not have been in the other direction.
Yeah, they're gonna do the X-Pac Mark Henry. Yeah. Well, so Randy Orton was the previous WWE champion.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about with X-Pac Mark Henry, and I do not want to know.
Yeah. Dude, I was listening to a podcast, I think, or maybe a YouTube
Big
video.
Alex Riley push. I forgot about Alex Riley.
Yeah,
he is involved in this thing.
He's Miz Jr. right now.
That's right.
I think maybe it was like Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon on like Maven's show. And you know, not to ruin the illusion for you, but yeah, X-Pac, yeah, the DX all wears blackface to make fun of the Nation of Domination.
Nation of Domination,
and like X-Pac is like in his mid-20s or whatever, and Devon's talking about it, just like, no, I don't blame him, because after that I explained what blackface was to him, and he broke down crying, like he didn't know. And I'm like, he didn't know? What do you mean?
Jesus Christ!
Right. He was like, at the age of 25, learning what a minstrel show is. Like, you went to school, man. Dude, Manu! Shout out Manu.
Shout out Manu.
So this is the build-up to this, is that CM Punk cost Randy Orton his WWE Championship. A rematch, because everyone's attempting to a rematch clause. Because 2 years ago, Randy Orton punted CM Punk's head, and he had to relinquish his title.
Legacy.
Right, so then CM Punk took over the Nexus, and instead of being all equals, he's the leader, and they all must have blind faith in him. And he, you know, sort of...
So he, like, punishes...
Yeah,
he punishes them.
He beat
so
those,
Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel have to like hit each other with kendo sticks or some shit like that.
Well, no, they don't.
Yeah.
He beat those blazing burn wings into the back of Husky Harris and maybe instilled something in his brain that does not compute. Anyway, so CM Punk showed up with the new Nexus, and then Randy Orton, in recompense, has been kicking the head off of every member of the new Nexus. Who are, like, you know, Otunga comes back, and yeah, that's where he just killed Husky Harris. We never see Husky Harris again. He killed him. Like, canonically, he has to be dead.
Literally, the last time Husky Harris is seen is that.
Right, and then Bray Wyatt shows up.
McGillicuddy comes back as McGillicuddy, so...
Yeah, I really like the story, because, like I was saying, like, with the Bray Wyatt video, or, like, the Miz feud, like, with hindsight, you can sort of rewrite it to be more interesting or intelligent. Like, oh, no, they knew. So, like, the idea that Bray Wyatt comes back and, like, haunts Randy Orton is a really fun idea that they never really go back to.
No.
But do we see Mason Ryan again?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he has like a run where he's a singles guy.
Okay. Is he on Raw? He feels like a Raw superstar to me.
I think he was on Raw. I think he was on Raw when it was the Raw Super Show.
Oh, great. There's a lot of feuds where, like, there's clearly one specific line or tagline that, like, Vince or someone was like, you gotta really hammer this home. Like, you know, like, the ruthless aggression, destiny, stuff like that. So that bit with the bus, Randy Orton's like, I'm the most sick and twisted, and then CM Punk is backstage with the bus. He's like, oh, you think you're sick and twisted? I'll show you real sick and twisted. And then he, like, tries to attack his wife in the bus, and then they drop it, like, a week later. Like, that's not what this feud is about.
Burning my light, baby.
Yeah, and do Nexus entrance also. Because, like, he's still technically Nexus until Money in the Bank, right? Like, he wears the shirt.
Yes.
Also, maybe it's also nostalgia. Well, like, no, like, when I got into Punk, it was definitely the summer of Punk, but I do, maybe just playing the video games, I do definitely prefer, this song.
When does he start using
Cult of Personality? It's this summer.
Yeah.
I think it's for Money in the Bank is the first time he uses it.
No, he comes back.
Did you know
that was part of his contract negotiation, right?
Oh, that's right. It was. I don't know if it was part of it. I don't know if he used it for that show first, though. I know it's part of the, like, on-screen negotiation.
No, it's because, like, when he comes back to confront Cena, like, everyone kind of doesn't know who it is at first, because, like, what is this?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, although they fucking completely killed that gimmick dead when he comes back, like, the next night.
Yeah. Sorry, Rey
After
Mysterio.
They have a whole fucking title
tournament,
title tournament for the entire show, and then he just shows up at the end of it anyways.
Yeah. Where, I mean, listen, if we want to keep doing this, I'm cool to keep watching. Not today, but, like, you know, each month intermittently rewatching these pay-per-views. I'm stoked about Money in the Bank 2011. It's like one of my favorite shows.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'd have to look up the card on that one, but Money in the Bank 2011.
It's got Mark Henry versus The Big Show.
Absolutely. And Christian versus Randy.
That's true. That's their
the
first
one where
match.
I think he wins the title.
Yeah, he does the spit, right?
I think that's the one because he gets.
Yeah.
He spits at him and then he kicks him in
the cubes back.
Because he gets disqualified, Christian is allowed to win the title.
Right, and then they're like Extreme Rule or their no holds barred matches at SummerSlam.
Yes. And he gives him the RKO on the steel stairs.
Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of Del Rio this year, but we can't do anything about that.
Oh, that's right.
You could just censor him.
Yeah, put a big blue dot over
briefcase that. He gets the briefcase at Money in the Bank 2011. Although I think Daniel Bryan wins his first.
Andrew, censor him with a PNG of the Israeli flag.
Yeah, we can't show this. The big Randy Orton cube.
That's what I said. The cube's back.
Right. He's holding it. See? Oh,
yeah.
It's like when you take a picture with the Eiffel Tower. Like I was there for a second. Yeah. You gotta be right next to it.
Kelly is still the Divas champion when they get to Money in the Bank. That's before the Beth Phoenix one.
Right. So like I remember that a lot. She's currently on SmackDown. I think the draft happens. Is it after? Like it's not right after WrestleMania, right? But it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's either the next week or the week after, I think. But it's before the next paper. It's before Extreme Rules happens.
Happy Easter, everyone! By the way, I forgot. Yeah, April 25th, 2011.
Yeah.
I also just found out it was Easter like this weekend because I was at work and I was calling clients and I was like, "Hey, so are you gonna be in on Friday? I can circle back with you on this." And they're like, "No, on account of the holiday." And I was like, "Oh, fuck, right."
Listen, I don't celebrate, but I'm always on board with a religious holiday, making so nobody goes to work. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Gotta get those days off somehow.
Dude, I went to
they won't give it to us willingly.
Yeah, I went to the UK earlier this year to visit my beautiful partner, and they take like dinner, or rather like tea time, very seriously. That like you gotta eat at 6 p.m. and if you don't, everything is closed. So like the American mind cannot comprehend when it's like 11 p.m. and I'm hungry. It's like no, like even like the 7-Eleven's closed. Like you can't. Yeah. I will say.
Yeah, I could never do that.
What I've been doing is I got my little Nexus Fit, everything when I've been watching the show weekly. I also have my novelty 2011 7-Eleven WWE Cup. The slushies
I have some of the Slurpee ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
some too.
Which ones do you got?
Yeah, I have a Shawn Michaels one and a Miz one, I think.
That's nuts. Well, yeah, because it was for WWE All Stars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the video game. That's been the other thing is like when you're watching the Daily Motion rips, they are just like recording the screen, so they have all the ads still in there. So when it's like, this episode of Raw is sponsored by Crysis for the Xbox 360, I'm like, whoa! Like it's a really good time capsule for 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing that. It's like reading an old comic book and seeing the advertisements in there too. Like, it's so strange, like, because I and every other person of sound mind and body despise advertisement, but
but it's nostalgic.
Once, like, a bit of time passes and it's no longer, like, it's not about actively trying to sell you anything, because anything they were trying to sell you has already been sold because it was an ad from 20 or 30 years ago.
Well, also, like, ads for, like, movies and video games, like, now that is production in and of itself. Now you have, like, a big Comic-Con or, like, E3, and, like, you're watching ads willingly. Like, it's not like you catch a video game commercial on the TV. It's like, if there's a video game coming out that you want to play, you know about it. Like, it was in a Direct or something, or E3 or Summer Games Fest.
I think that it has something to do with, like, how because you can conceptualize advertisement as essentially propaganda, right?
Sure.
Like propaganda for capitalism is essentially what it is. So it's like looking at old like wartime propaganda where it's like, yeah, this is very clearly trying to say something awful, but like there is a certain amount of artistry in fucking the fascist Italy.
It's crazy how it captures the time.
Well, yeah, also, especially like you never really know what you have until it's gone. Like you know, now that we're getting AI Coke commercials, it's like, you know what, those like practical effects where they built a giant monster for Chef Boyardee, that's actually kind of quaint that they like bothered to build anything.
Yeah, or like speaking of Chef Boyardee, the classic like the can escaping.
Yeah, like someone directed
by the
that.
way,
That's like. Yeah.
By the way, if you change the music, excellent minute-long horror movie.
Yeah, well, even like the monster one. Or there's like a Campbell's soup one where like the snowman melts and then becomes a kid. It's freaky, is what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of like just strange stuff that admin would put out, you know, back in the day.
Oh man,
like,
this was Sasha Banks' finisher, and for a while Del Rio's finisher when he came back. I hate this move.
Yeah.
Because why would the opponent hold themselves up? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yes. This is gonna do it right here. CM Punk with the cover.
Going for that pin, but what was I? Oh yeah. Those like little advertisements.
Don't they have to real quick? Don't they have to like change his fucking tattoos on all the video games because they can't put a Pepsi logo without?
I think so.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
What do they change it to? Is my question.
I don't know.
I think they just remove it.
Yeah. Or
like I think they just put a blank spot there.
They get the enforcer.
I think that's what they did. They did that when they had to take away the Superman logo on. I think it was Braun Strowman, wherever he has the Superman logo.
I would put a Coke ad right there. Like honestly,
whatever company pays us, you should like have one of those billboards that says your ad here. It's like whatever company pays can be on CM Punk's shoulder for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I do with essentially like the print runs of the tabletop games that I make. Is there is like an old German woodcut of a knight holding up like a big banner of text, and on the back insert of all of the booklets that I printed off, I don't have any. I didn't have any ads yet, but the back insert is that picture where there was once like Latin text. It just says your ad here, in like what's the. I don't know. It's probably like papyrus or something like that. I there's a certain artistry to advertisement that sucks that it has to be put into advertisement, you know. But yeah, it's.
I mean, in a
once you take it out of its
context. In a perfect world without exploitation, it's like, yeah, like this is. I am trying to, like, this is I made something that is valuable, whether it be a piece of art or not, and I am trying to, like, get more eyes on it.
Trying to convince you that you would like this.
Right. Just by, like, comparing it to, like, oh, yeah, you like... Yeah. Because, like, what's interesting is, like, now, yeah, you gotta have, like, a review and be like, this video game is like this, or, like, this % of people played this. But, like, back in the day, it was just really vague, like, magazine ads for, like, Rayman just at a urinal. It's like, I don't understand how this makes me want to buy the video game.
Oh, my God, yeah, the old fucking, like, Game Informer ads are so fucking strange all the time.
I would get Game Informer, like, every month, and, like, they're all from, like, 2013 or 2014 or whatever, and I was looking at the collection the other day, and just, like, the first magazine on, like, the top of the pile, it's a magazine from 2014, and it's, like, a harbinger of things to come. It just says Fortnite in big text, but it was, like, it was just supposed to be a PvE game, like, before it was a Battle Royale, just a 2014 ad for a new game called Fortnite. I'm like, oh, this is like, this needs to be in a museum. Like, this is a historical record.
Yeah.
As far as, by the way, propaganda, on Monday Night Raw, I've got to see trailers for Triple H's The Chaperone. The Chaperone is now in theaters, and then a week later, The Chaperone is now on DVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I mean, we're talking about our shared
collective.
Not
even to mention all the shit like Tout will come and go. While you do this.
All that kind of stuff. Collective childhood, that what I've been doing for the last couple weekly Monday nights, because I've been looking at the block of Cartoon Network, and it starts off with like an hour of Johnny Test, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I have to be doing something else. So I've been doing legit like Subway Surfers, Family Guy funny moments, where like the screen has the Johnny Test episode, but I'm also playing Pokemon White version, because that came out out in North America like February 2011. So it's also been 15 years.
You're just doing
then.
what I was doing at that time.
Right. This is what I would have been doing. I would have been sitting at my
yeah.
house playing Pokemon and watching Johnny Test. I also eat a corn dog each time because I was really deep into that. I got involved with that pretty thick. But like whenever there's a new generation, I guess it normally gets announced in February, and like it's weird how you associate certain things with certain feelings. Whenever it's like spring outside, like you can feel the springtime, it always makes me want to like watch Pokemon or at least like listen to the themes. And I never understood why, because I'm like, no, like these are video games. They normally come out in November or whatever. But because there was a delay for translating in North America, they would always come out in February or March. So I'm like, oh no, I guess it is like a spring series for me. I do remember, I guess it would have been 2010, March 2010, around when we were all watching March Madness parties at D's place, and we all had Heart Gold or Soul Silver on our DSs.
Yeah.
And we're just going back and forth with that.
Carrying the fucking Pokewalker around.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
I would do that shit at recess, Very
because they didn't give a shit. At our school, they didn't give a shit if you carried a Pokewalker. They're like, right. Whatever.
It was either that or mulch, really.
Yeah. Or laying on the blacktop.
Right. Playing in mulch or with your Pokewalker. I was one of the girls, because like all the guys in my class got really into playing like football or no touch football or whatever. I never really liked that. So I would walk along the little wood divider that keeps the mulch in, and I would just like I would talk to the girls about gossip, or I'd be on my damn Pokewalker.
It's interesting to think what those times would be like if it was more like modern times where you would expect like phones to be involved everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you look back at those times and you're like, oh, I'd have just been on my phone if I'd had that at that time.
Well, like we're gonna get to the match later, the Undertaker versus Triple H match, and I had an iPod Touch, but I didn't have like data or anything, so I could only connect to the internet where I knew the Wi-Fi password, which was just
stuff, like you downloaded it.
Yeah, just at home. So I would download stuff off of iTunes to watch like on the bus ride, like to and fro.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, this is another thing we all got very involved with. All of the Film Cow movies and Clay World were like free on iTunes, so I would download all of those and just watch them on the bus on loop. But then also, I used like iTunes Cash you could buy individual matches. So the only match I had on my phone was Undertaker versus Triple H at this WrestleMania, and I think I bought it because it included the hype package. And I always thought those were really cool, to the point where like when I was like quote unquote playing wrestling by myself, there was this one app on the original iPod where like you could match like dirt and grass and it would make mud or something, and it had like a really like slow like esoteric music that sounded like a hype package. So I would just open that app and then pretend to be in a wrestling like promo. Oh yeah, they just call it vintage. Oh, is he going for the punt? Could he truly take the head off of CM Punk?
No, he's going to that place. That place in his head.
He's hearing Pat McAfee in his head. He's doing the Doctor Who Master thing, where he actually put those voices in from a young age because he knew the prophecy would be foretold. But I remember, I mean, obviously, like, I think this match is widely accepted to be the match of the weekend of WrestleMania 27. I really love
because this is all one show too.
Yeah, I really love the Cody
not split up yet.
And Rey Mysterio feud. But like, I think as a kid, I was like, no, Undertaker and Triple H. That's like the one. I mean, that's the only one I bought. What did you guys have on your iPod touches from iTunes?
So I had.
Give me a second.
I had all of Extreme Rules. I have the Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Okay. That's next.
I have I have that saved on there. The steel cage match with Cena, Miz,
and his leg gives out.
Other than that, I know I have an episode of Regular Show I have an episode of Stoked. I have an episode of
I remember
a bunch of different shows.
I remember being at recess and you were like showing me the regular show episode, and I think like there was like a Flash game at the time called like Smash and Bash or something. Let me look into this.
Yeah.
Because like I guess regular show seemed like it seemed like a, I don't know, like a fake name, or like at the time you're like, well, this can't be the name of the show. And like they were kind of vague about what the show was called, I think, at the time. So when I saw that bumper, I was like, oh, the game is called like, or the show is called like Smash and Bash, and like that one's Smash and that one's Bash. Trash and Dash, that's what it was, from 2010. And I was like, the blue one is the Rigby one is Trash and the blue one is Dash.
Yeah, so I pulled it up on my iPad here. I have 2 episodes of Bakugan.
Shout out.
I have Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures,
what
which I don't even remember that show, which is a Disney show.
Okay.
Dude, What Would Happen? I have 2 episodes of Dude, What Would Happen.
Dude, that's like lost media. You get like you can't watch that anywhere else. That's archived.
Yeah, I have 2 episodes of iCarly, an episode of Kick Buttowski.
Shout out.
My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Right,
Phineas
so
and
that
Ferb.
I've said before that like
the first episode. Oh, the sneak preview of the Problem Solvers.
Dude,
I
got great news. The Monday after this, the Monday after WrestleMania, Problem Solvers premieres on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
And then I have 1 episode of the Super Mario Super Show.
Okay.
Which I have more on actual DVD.
Right.
I have the Dodgeball episode of Total Drama, Season 1. And
hey, good news. My roommate found my wallet.
Oh, yay! How many this has been the world title match, the tag match, Orton, Cody,
and the Cody match, So 4 matches.
So those 4, we're an hour and a half into like I feel like that's half the card, no? Oh,
yeah,
because
so
like Triple H and Undertaker do a
Trish
Broadway,
Stratus,
right?
Jim Morrison match. John Morrison, not Jim Morrison. That's the
I think
guy.
Triple H and Undertaker do a Broadway. I think that's an hour-long match.
Yeah, it's close at least.
Yeah.
And then Miz and Rock.
Yeah.
Or Miz and Cena.
You wouldn't be mistaken.
The Rock involved.
Yeah. So there's 3 matches left? Because the Dana Bryan and Sheamus
trying to think of what the... Yeah, that's for the U.S. titles on the pre-show.
Yeah.
And who has the Intercontinental title right now?
Fucking Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler, dude.
Oh, that's right. That does have to happen still.
Yeah, I guess those 4 matches. Well, Kofi was Wade Barrett was the Intercontinental Champion, and that's how Kofi is brought into that match.
Okay. Because Kofi wins the title... He wins the U.S. title from Sheamus at Extreme Rules.
Okay. So I guess Dana Bryan didn't win it back.
And Wade Barrett has to keep the Intercontinental title until Big Zeke takes it.
Right, of course. So the
and Capital Punishment
of the core, yeah.
Yeah, and then he loses it to Cody.
If we do this again and we come back to Over the Limit, I'm so excited for what happens at the end of that show. Or maybe it is Extreme Rules. Every time he does this reveal, I'm always concerned at who it might be.
Of course it's you. John Cena's #1
so, Andrew, for context, what would you define this era in WWE as?
Sorry, hold on. It's Pee Wee Herman. He's on my screen right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was.
Do you realize how ridiculous
I forgot he was here.
you sound and look, saying all that hot garbage? Pee-wee.
Talking to Pee Wee Herman, dude.
Again, like, what is it? Like, sometimes you go to WrestleMania and they have all the local stars. What does this have to do with Atlanta? None of these people are from here.
No.
You want to be a man on Team Bring It, or do you want to be a little boy on the Fruit Loop Troop?
You're asking the wrong guy.
If you want to be on the
You really are asking the wrong guy. This guy's wearing a fucking red bow tie with a gray suit.
Yeah.
Like, you're asking the wrong guy.
He looks like a tool. I know you are, but what am I?
Dude, he owned him.
The writing, the fucking writing. A1. Give him a.
They should be able to fight. They should be allowed to beat each other up.
The Pee Wee Herman
they should be.
Point.
I'm in. I want to be on Team Bring It.
You want to be on Team Bring It?
Yeah.
That's the thing is that like when Rock comes in and he's like making fun of John Cena, it's like a generational divide because, you know, when you're watching the show, like Rock is right. Like little kids really like John Cena. So I imagine there's a lot of like old heads that grew up that like watched the show in the 90s and they're like, dude, The Rock's coming back and he's gonna beat up John. He's gonna call John Cena gay and he's gonna like bring some attitude back to the show. But like within the show, like both of them are supposed to be faces. So like what is The Rock comes in and makes fun of your top star and like everyone loves him. Like I don't understand what we're going for here exactly. So
somebody ends up
I
on
don't
Happy
think they did either.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think they just wanted it because this is the first time he's back in like 6 years, and they just wanted that star. Howard Finkel. So this era, 2011 is a era change, and 2011, like summer 2011. Holy shit, I'm Dula the Butcher. Summer 2011 to like, I guess 2016, if you believe the new era, is called the reality era, and that's when like, what?
Oh, pre-porno Sonny, nice.
I don't think it is. It's pre-manslaughter Sonny though. It's pre-DUI. Shout out.
Yeah.
I don't know who that person is, so that was a crazy 1-2 punch.
Whenever you get the WWF Hall of Fame, you're like, oh, this person, they either assaulted someone or they killed someone. And Drew Carey also.
Oh, this is after he lost weight.
Good for him. So, the reality era is like, you know, with the rise of like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and just like the social media boom in general, people are so much more involved with the show and like know a lot more. The curtain is peeled back a little bit, and CM Punk like references that displeasure. But right now we're in the PG era where advertisers got really upset about blood and swearing, so they like really
we're like building into the reality era, so we're involving the fans more by having them do like polls and stuff like that, but not letting them know that there's more shit going on than what they see on screen.
Because like they got in the PG era, they were really pushing WWE.com, right? Like that was right on the tail of it, the .com bubble, where it's like we need our own website, we need to like drive people there.
Brother, I spent so much fucking time on that website.
Yeah. But very soon they'll like make their like each wrestlers will have their own Twitter and they'll start including the ads below their names. Like I think 2012 is when they started doing that, or maybe 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2012,
so, like,
2013.
The social aspect becomes a greater aspect of, and like we feel that now. Like wrestlers are still
more and more stuff starts
on their Twitter.
Starts to go off of the actual show happening on your screen into other stuff.
I guess
one ring Shawn Michaels, not two ring Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Well, he had retired the previous year by losing the Undertaker. He also, his eyes are normal. I don't know when that. I could have sworn it was like always like that, but I guess it just happened later.
Well, I think it happened in the ring at one point, and it just gets worse with age. On some podcasts, like he like basically just like disconnected his like orbital muscle or something from a hit to the face. Yeah. And so it was always like that a little bit. It just got worse. It gets worse as he gets older or something like that.
That makes sense. I can't believe they took this long to get Hacksaw in.
Well, they were waiting to put his 2x4 in there too.
Right. The 2x4 didn't want to retire yet, so he was doing a holy race.
He kept thinking. I've got to go out on top.
I got one more left in me.
Yeah, so you can see his eyes a little fucked up in this angle.
Maybe he's just emotional about being entered into the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if I've ever
got away because he doesn't matter.
Gold Star Trooper.
They also, the build-up to this feud, Michael Cole brought out Grandmaster Sexay, and he was like, Jerry Lawler, your kid's a loser. And then Jerry Lawler,
Jerry Lawler also says he's a loser.
Well, the thing is, Grandmaster Sexay is like, you were an absent father, and like, you never raised me. Like, I just wanted to be with my dad. And then Jerry Lawler is like, you're a loser. I hated being your dad. And then he beats him up, and people are like cheering. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the good guy in this story.
Hey, at least that is storyline consistent right there.
That he's a bad dad.
that he's a bad dad and that he fucking hates his kid.
That's true.
When Grandmaster Sexay first starts, he's like, this guy fucking sucks. I hate this guy.
Right.
And then they fucking say he's his son, and he's like, I still hate this guy.
Right. He's a loser.
Yeah.
It's about WrestleMania 27. By the way, Michael Cole's debut match.
That's right.
Google who Grandmaster Sexay is real quick.
It's just
Brian
he does
Lawler.
a little dance. Yeah, he's Jerry Lawler's shoot kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds familiar.
See, like,
Yeah, him and Scotty Too Hottie are too cool.
the inclusion of Stone Cold makes sense through JR, but like Jerry Lawler was never, like, he was the color commentator and he was the heel commentator during the Attitude Era, so he was never like a Steve Austin guy.
No, he was pretty
Here comes
patently
Booker
against
T.
Steve Austin.
Was Booker T at the
He just said
2011 Rumble? It was like him and Diesel, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they had just left TNA because Booker T, like, has a feud with Cody in 2012. And I remember because
he was supposed to fight him at TLC, and then he ambushes him and the match doesn't happen, I think.
I had, we're talking about, like, you know, the games that came out, Pokemon, whatever. Delays due to Japan. In North America, I think that the 3DS came out February 2011. So I got it Christmas 2011, right? And I remember, it had, like, I mean, like, at the Call of Duty household, we would, like, film these stop-motion wrestling movies where we had all these we combined all of our wrestling figures, and then we would, like, frame by frame create wrestling stop motion. And it didn't look good, but it was, like, fun to do. As we would book the match on the fly. Like, we did a Rumble. We're like, yeah, we don't know who's gonna win. I don't know. But I would, like, I liked the idea of following feuds.
It's a shoot, by the way. Pretty sure he doesn't actually know about this.
Yeah, great.
JR.
They're always doing shit to JR.
Yeah, well, because Vince doesn't like JR.
Yeah.
It doesn't like that he's a Southern guy.
Right. So then, during the entire Cody and Booker T feud, anytime they were either on screen, I would whip out my 3DS and film my TV, so that way I could, like, have the whole feud, like, documented on my 3DS. And I think I'd, like, deleted those videos, but they would have been a little time capsule.
You know who the man is with the
How much storage did the 3DS have?
Well, probably recorded in, like, 140p, so...
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler.
Team Cole.
You were looking at you were documenting the feud, but from very far away.
Yeah, well, I was pointing it at the TV, but then you could watch it in 3D if you flipped the little switch.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like you're there.
Right, they're coming right at me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm really in front of my TV watching this right now.
Really funny way to Every once in a while, some of your the way that you say things just tickles me.
That's that's why they pay me the $7 a month on this Patreon. Yeah. I was sometimes, like, because I write so much of it. Sometimes, like, I'll be in, like, a server with some of the patrons, and they'll, like, quote me to me, and I'll be like, "That's really funny." I don't remember saying that, but, like, I'm, like, finding it funny all over again.
Yeah.
He's talking to the miners now. Dude, Michael Cole's a troll.
Raising Andrew.
The coal miners.
Yeah.
So, ladies,
Wasn't Lawler the one who was talking to
he's
miners?
also got a case, so it's tough to.
Yeah. I think Lawler's got a portfolio at the station. So
it's really him and Del Rio. We just gotta, like, man, he's just on the. I don't know what to do about this.
Put the flag of Israel up. We gotta censor him again.
Jerry Lawler, you're gonna be embarrassed and humiliated.
That ends up being true.
that's true.
Fortuitous.
Austin's gonna raise my hand in victory.
Like that sign that just says "sucks." You can really put it next to. That's such a good idea. Getting a sign that says "sucks" and then just holding it up next to someone else's sign. So if they have like they have a John Cena sign, it just says "sucks" and really shitty text next to it.
Yeah.
Good bit. Jack 1-2.
Pretty sure Cole wins this match too, because he's undefeated at WrestleMania until he
that's
fucking
what I'm
loses.
saying is like
Pat
Jerry
McAfee.
Lawler is very much embarrassed. That ends up happening. I've been really struggling to call.
Michael Pat McAfee match. When was that?
That doesn't happen.
I don't even remember.
That's not a Mania. Do they have a match against each other?
I thought that was a Mania match. And then Pat McAfee then Pat McAfee gets clotheslined by Vince McMahon.
I thought Pat McAfee was just like fighting on his behalf because it's Pat versus Vince, no? Anyway, whenever I talk about Jack Swagger, I struggle really hard to not just like call him like an Aryan dream, I suppose, because that's like what they're going for, right? Like this is the all-American, American, blonde hair, blue eyes.
I mean, even when he went on to do stuff as like Jake Hager, he still kept that bit going. I think
he says "we the people" while doing MMA. Yeah. Well, the MMA audience must love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is one of the most awful things about being a fan of wrestling.
Yeah.
Is the politics behind wrestling.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like ever since it's been, I mean, it was always like Vince is not a good guy. It's always bad. But like now that they're like merged with TKO and they're like, you know, because UFC is a very MAGA lean. Now you got to like deal with that. I just don't.
Well, I mean, the thing is that Vince was friends with Trump anyway, like all through the bad times, where
if we watch Capital Punishment, we got to find a rip that isn't like on Netflix where they censor it, where they bring out a fake Obama to do a spin-a-rooney.
That's right.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, no, that's I don't know. It's.
I'm so used to like old man Stone Cold. He looks great here. This is like
he does look great.
We're pretty deep into retirement though.
Yeah. Well, this is he doesn't think he's ever wrestling again Stone Cold though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They told him your neck is fucked up, dude. You should never ever be in the ring
right
again.
now, there's a big man having a PWG match that's about to change that. He would
What's his tattoo say?
Michael
trying to get
Bull.
it. Yeah, trying to get a close up on his tattoo. See what it says.
It's crazy watching Michael Cole do this and then remembering that for like a brief period he was fucking jacked as hell.
Yeah, no, like that's the. I mean, that's the thing that you always forget about the announcers is that the announcers usually kind of start off as wrestlers. So like, they're like fitness guys.
The current announce team includes the leader of the core. Or sorry, there's no leaders in the core. They're all equals.
They're all equals.
Except fucking Josh Peck.
The leader.
Yeah, or like, you don't need to be like ripped to be in a match, but you need to like be in good shape because like. You're gonna get blown up, and I think Michael Cole talks about this match and talks about getting blown up immediately.
Yeah.
His opponent from Memphis. Is that why they took away the crown from Sheamus, or clearly just the kinghood wasn't working? Because like. Sheamus is like the. Why is he a road warrior? Sheamus is is the.
I was thinking that too. I was just like, what the fuck is he going?
Sheamus is like Del Rio a year before Del Rio, where he like immediately. Well, like was Sheamus on? Did Sheamus start on ECW? On WWE ECW?
Yeah.
No, I think he started on Raw.
Yeah,
and then they moved him to Raw
for a while. Did he have a last name also? Because they normally have last names on ECW.
Yes, he was. Well, in FCW he was Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
Nice.
And then I think they took it away when he went to ECW. So I think when he went to ECW, he was just Sheamus.
Mm-hmm. So like,
and then I don't think he was on ECW long.
Because 2010 is really framed as like that's the that's the Nexus year. That's the Nexus run. But then Sheamus showed up, won the WWE Championship, and then dropped
so he
wins the King
of the Ring in like 2009, and then wins the title shortly afterwards at TLC. I think.
Because I've been watching each week, and like in January they start calling him King Sheamus, and then they've like, and he comes out with the scepter and crown, and then each week they like peel that back a little bit because they're like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
Because like 2011, like SmackDown Sheamus, I remember him just being Sheamus.
Yeah, he's just Sheamus. He's the Celtic Warrior.
Yeah.
At that point.
Also, like
if we watch Money in the Bank,
no, he's babyface Sheamus on SmackDown. So like seeing him be like big monster.
On Raw,
heel.
he was.
I always kind of remember him.
SmackDown as a babyface.
Yeah. I always remember him more as a heel figure because when his when he was going in when I was watching, was that part where he got that massive push right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And he would basically just come into the ring and like boot people and then leave.
Just kick their heads.
So, like, yeah.
Rip your head off a fucking girlfriend. Yeah. Because like, well, there was like a, you know how the 90s cartoon, it's like Hulk Hogan and his friends, and it's all the other, like, baby faces in the company that clearly couldn't be on the Hogan level, that were just kind of in the sphere. At this time, it was, like, John Cena, and then, like, you have your Evan Bournes, your Kofi Kingstons, your Sheamuses, that, like, pop the crowd, but they're, like, not...
They're not pushed or anything.
Yeah.
Although
See, I
Sheamus
like
is in the
Evan Bourne.
world heavyweight scene on SmackDown after. Also, he's got his Twitter handle in the coal mine. That rules, actually.
All extending the olive branch, so to speak. Please, Jerry, please.
He's seen the error of his ways.
Jerry. Let's just forget about this.
Also, you know, Michael Cole referencing Taz here with his gear, the very orange, kind of a reference when he did commentary with Taz.
Yeah.
I was trying to put together a video of playing all the like 360 wrestling games, but that is a very tough pill. Like, there's a lot of them, so I was like, I gotta retool this a little bit. And so much of those games are just like what I remember, just framed by Cole and Taz commentary, specifically Taz.
Yes. Yeah. Those aren't the ones, though. Are those the ones where they have the like segmented commentary where basically they
depends on the show or the paper, because they still had brand pay-per-views. Like I guess like SmackDown vs. Raw 07 would have been based on 06.
Yeah.
Also, there's like 07. There's like 5 characters that are over a 90 overall, and just one of them is Chris Benoit. It's also the story mode where Undertaker's feuding with Chris Benoit, and he says a lot about burying him as like you're a dead man, Benoit. It's like dragging him out of the coal mine.
Okay, almost like it was the box.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but like he did like a full-on like Adam Sandler bit when he was bashing his face into the glass.
Yeah.
There is so much about wrestling that is just stupid enough to make me laugh.
It's like, that's the thing, is that wrestling isn't a genre, it's a medium. So there, you can have, like, there is comedy wrestling, there's even, like, horror wrestling. Like, whenever I think about my favorite matches, if I'm doing, like, top 5, I feel like Fiend versus Balor at, like, what was it, SummerSlam 2019 is, like, up there. But, like, it's not even really a good match. It's, like, a horror score. But, like, it's framed like a horror movie. But I still really love it. And I don't think I can, in good conscience, say that the Firefly Funhouse is, like, one of my favorite matches. Because it kind of doesn't count.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that count? Just for context.
Well, it's completely cinematic.
It's like the final
there's barely any wrestling in it.
Oh, okay.
It's actually got like less wrestling in it than the final deletion does.
Yeah,
like they actually hit each other in the final deletion.
Okay.
Yeah,
they barely do anything in the.
The Fiend goes inside John Cena's DNA and like unravels his story and then makes him not exist retroactively.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was a while where Cena like wasn't on TV. It's like, I guess like the Fiend got like the Fiend went back in time and stopped it from existing, I guess.
Right. Of course.
I love the Fiend stuff.
You did?
Yeah.
That was the pandemic movie. That was 2020.
So just because I know I know I'm never getting the fucking second half of the Bray Wyatt video out of you. So how did they kayfabe the transition from like cult leader Bray Wyatt into the Fiend? Like what was going on with that?
Unironically, Matt Hardy shows up and throws Bray Wyatt into the lake of reincarnation, like he did Brother Nero. So the final deletion is actually like integral to understanding the Bray Wyatt lore.
Yeah, he actually
no way.
They team up together. They're actually like they're a tag team for a while, and he's like goofy Bray Wyatt, like half
Brother Bray.
and then he gets thrown into the lake of reincarnation,
yeah.
and then he gets hurt or something shortly thereafterwards, and then comes back as the Fiend.
Yes.
And
well,
the Fiend is basically
Don't
just
hug
like,
me, I'm scared-esque vignettes where he's like,
yes,
yeah, he's like a children's show host.
He's like
but
Fred.
there's like a,
He's like Fred Rogers, except he's talking to like vultures.
It's
and
Don't Hug Me,
and
I'm Scared. Like it's a
Sister
kid show,
Abigail.
but then it gets
Yeah,
twisted.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's also got like some Tim and Eric in there with some of the bits that like go on for too long. It is genuinely pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then that's like
Rest
supposed
in
to be
peace,
like
man.
masked
He
by
could've
the
been.
hurt heel hand.
He's one of my favorite. Well, that's the other thing about like getting in and out of wrestling is that like my favorite was CM Punk, and then when CM Punk left, I got really into Bray Wyatt. And then I think around the time that Bray passed, like Punk came back to the Fed, and then it just kind of like levied back over. Because they're pretty similar in their storylines, at least.
If he had not passed, like I genuinely think he would have had a great career as not only as a wrestler, but even if he didn't want to wrestle at a certain point, maybe because of like health problems or something like that, he could have been like an excellent writer for WWE.
I think he was writing a horror movie, or he wanted to. Weirdly, like the final thing he was in a Diary of a Wimpy Kid Disney Plus special, because he did a voice for it. But then all like the Uncle Howdy character debuting, it was the person who did the masks for the Black Phone. So it was a lot of that like tied into horror. I think he did want to make a horror movie. I really wish they would like, because like that Uncle Howdy like Wyatt Six debut was really fantastic. And they did it in the. What's nuts is I only learned this recently. The CFG Bank Arena, which is like the arena in Baltimore, is where Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family debuted, and where the Wyatt Six debuted. So that is like every arena has like their thing. So like the Baltimore arena is like the Bray Wyatt one. Like that's where the Wyatts debuted. I haven't been there in a while. I think I went for like around Christmas 24. Basically, what I do now is I don't really watch any of the shows religiously, but if there's a wrestling show in town, I'll go to it.
Yeah, there's I wish there was more wrestling consistent around where I'm at. Mm-hmm. But like, you know, if I was closer to Philly, like, fucking, it's huge there because that's and they got every show in Philly has like ECW pop now.
Yeah. Well, like when I went to Wrestlemania in Philly, I guess like 2 years back, and my dad was like trying to put stuff together. It's like, oh yeah, my friend's kid is like at this indie show. And I'm like, oh, okay, I want to see an indie show. We'll go to that. And then as we were like lining up, I'm like, wait, this is where the show is. He's like, yeah, it's like this indie show. It was the ECW ballroom, like where they would do the shows. Yeah. And then I'm like in line, and then I'm like, why do I hear people yelling? And then a drunk Sandman like walks past me and is like taking pictures. I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, that's.
And like Psychosis was on the show, and like fucking Tajiri, I think. Like everyone was there because like that was the Philly one, and it was happening during Paul Heyman's like Hall of Fame induction speech, and like Tommy Dreamer was there. Like it was nuts.
Did you get the Blue Meanie there?
I don't think so. I gotta go back through these. I think Francine was there, and everyone was doing the classic Francine chants, and I'm like, oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah.
It would have been, April 24. Let me, double straps. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look terrible. Like, I guess it's in comparison, but...
Yeah. His body shape really isn't that different from Jerry Lawler's. The gimmick is to mock it, but honestly, their physique is not that different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of videos of... Yeah, okay, wait, hold on. Going through these now. Because, like, I was getting filmed while doing it. Dude, when Cody won, you would have thought that, like, the war was over. Like, I was, like, everyone was shaking hands and crying. I was hugging people. It was nuts.
Wasn't Lawler in a fucking ladders match at some point in his late career?
Yes, that was against The Miz.
Oh,
yeah, I'm remembering
what it was?
I remember him just looking like dog shit during it. Like, could not just like the ultimate aging wrestler.
This was April 5th. This was the day we're filming this exactly 2 years ago. But yeah, the Dudley Boys, Tommy Dreamer, trying to load all of them. I think that's... I don't actually know. And, like, you know, we're talking about people... Like, they're all in good shape to be in the ring, but, you know, they're very clearly, like, they're doing... Oh, no, fuck it! The Blue Meanie's there. Here's a video of the Blue Meanie.
I fucking love the Blue Meanie.
He's doing his emote.
Yeah.
Just Fortnite dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, who is this? Who's the one that's normally with Francine?
DDP?
No. I don't know.
Who am I thinking of?
He's one of the big...
I can see him in my head. I don't know his name.
And, like, I had only, like, seen, like, WWE Sandman, so, like, being in the, you know, seeing the Sandman entrance is actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came back when I was watching MLW, which is another Philly promo that had, like, a weekly
Sandman
show at the
entrance in the
time.
Fed, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I don't think so.
He wasn't doing the... Wait, no, he was still entering and doing the drinking gimmick, right?
He was doing the drinking gimmick and he was doing the kendo stick gimmick.
Tanaka is also
because he has it when he's in the elimination chamber.
Right.
He has the kendo
Well, is that
stick.
the December to
the
Dismember?
extreme?
Yeah.
The extreme one. I think that's the New Year's one. I think.
Oh, New Year's Revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the New Year's Revolution one, the 2006 one that the ECW chamber is.
And the Philly one was really fun because they just, like, that's why, like, I'm real disappointed because the fun part about going to WrestleMania is just, like, the culture of the city kind of gets taken over by wrestling for, like, a weekend. Yeah. And, like, I just, one, Vegas didn't really have that, and two, I don't want to go to Vegas again. Like, I don't care. I was just there last year.
I don't think you can necessarily alter Vegas's vibe to wrestling because it's already a fairly wrestling-ish place. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's a bit of a parody of an American city, to be honest.
Yeah, it's literally just like when you're flying in, it looks like Minecraft. It's just like in the middle of nowhere. The city just ends.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the vibes were different when I was there than what people were saying, like, you know, on Twitter about TV. But like, I could tell in the moment. I'm like, oh yeah, that Io Rhea Bianca match. Like, yeah, no, that's it. That's the best one. Like, we're not getting any better than this. Probably should have been the main event, but especially now that like Punk and Roman are gonna main event anyway. So like, that triple threat did not need to be the main of night one. Because, you know, that's not the main event. The main event is the one that goes on a Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, I was also like, because I stopped going when the pandemic one happened, I was at the very last one-night WrestleMania, and like, now I'm glad it's 2 nights, despite being like 2 ticket prices.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like 12 hours, like it was a whole...
Yeah, it's so long, yeah.
And that one specifically, like...
It's honestly brutal to like sit through, let alone to be there.
Well, that one like had so many
through.
like big feel good moments that like it opened with Seth Rollins beating Brock and becoming the champion. And then the middle of the show, Kofi Mania happens, and that was like a magical moment. And then like 2 hours later, there's like the Becky Lynch Charlotte Ronda main event, and like no smoke to him, but like I don't care about that point.
Yeah.
And also, like, about the Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar match, what you want to see is Seth win the match. But Kofi and Daniel Bryan, what you want to see is Kofi win the match. That triple threat, what you want to see is it being the main event. Because that's a big deal. That's the first ever WrestleMania main evented by 3 women.
Yeah.
But, like, the actual outcome of that match doesn't really matter. Like, I liked Becky, but she didn't, like, whoever won, it didn't matter. Like, that was already an important moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, like, remember... Yeah, Michael Cole just lost this match.
He did.
Why do I remember him winning that? Like,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, doesn't something happen?
I just looked down at my screen. It's Jack Swagger.
Yeah, wait, doesn't the anonymous...
Cole.
Yeah, wait, no. What? Did I, like... Did the Hadron Collider put me in, like, a different universe?
I'm confused. Well,
yeah. Because
I could have sworn
the anonymous Raw
he
GM
wins
is
this
like
match.
a part of this story as well, so maybe it'll go boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Because like the gimmick of like him being undefeated at Mania, that wouldn't even be true because like even if they do restart the match, like that's 2 matches then.
Yeah.
You know, Booker T's, I think it's over, man. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, this is weird. Wait.
Yeah.
Booker wants in on the celebration. You can't blame him.
Wait. I'm like genuinely. This is like.
Yeah.
This is genuinely upsetting me. Like, did I hold on? Get JR in here to do this Rooney as well. Oh yeah, they called it the biggest WrestleMania ever. I'm looking on Cage Match right now. Yeah, wait. What? By the way, this match has a 0.18 rating.
Yeah.
What? I'm really confused here.
How tall is Booker? He's got a lot of. He's got more legs than I remember.
He's all legs.
Okay, so you are right. The Raw GM is about to interfere.
Okay,
here.
right. Because it says DQ. All right, man. I like how the music perfectly cut.
Yeah.
They had that remix ready. You should do it to Jerry as well.
Oh, missed that one. Got the second one.
Well, the ring's all slippery now.
Yeah.
They gotta have like something in between, like a performance, because there's no way Taker and Triple H are fighting in this ring right now.
No, I think the Snooki match is next.
No, I mean on Cage Match it says that Triple H and versus
Does it?
Undertaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
It'd
yeah.
be fucked up if they put Undertaker second last again.
I think he is. I think the fucking Snooki match is last.
Yeah, that's the main event.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
My thing is like, if you're, we're already in a shit spot when you're booking this Mania, but like,
it is.
If you already don't
AOL,
care about
man.
the Miz being the champion, just save Miz versus Lawler like for this, I guess. Okay. Yeah, like it's a.
They don't even
Why
have the
even
laptop
do
there.
this? Like, what? I guess to continue the.
Oh,
feud,
he does have
but,
the
like,
laptop there.
The feud exists so that Jerry Lawler can have a Mania match, but like it's over, man.
Oh yeah, Miz and Cena are last. My bad. I was like, because I looked at the card, I must have misread it. I was like, "There's no fucking way Snooki headline WrestleMania." I was drinking last night though, so I was just like, "Yeah, WWE's weird." I guess. Didn't question it.
So they don't even restart the match. They're just like, he got disqualified.
No, yeah.
Why did he get disqualified?
Because Stone Cold was a biased referee.
Oh, well then why even make him the enforcer?
Yeah.
Read it again. There was a bit on a previous Raw also where like, this is something you don't really think about until you go to your first wrestling show and you're like, oh yeah, I guess you can't hear the commentary team. So, like, which makes sense, but you don't like think about it until you're there. There's a bit where Michael Cole was on a hot mic arguing with Jerry Lawler, who was just on the commentary mic. So the people live didn't know what Jerry was saying.
Yes. What he was responding. So this is not the end of the feud here. They have a match at Extreme Rules. They have a country whipping match. That's a tag team match. And then they have a match at Over the Limit as well.
Of course, yeah. But again, what I'm saying is like, if the feud exists for Jerry Lawler to get a match at Mania, just end it here, man. Like it's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think this is probably why it's remembered a little worse. Because like if it was just this match, it would have been like a fun little thing, right? Like, oh, you know, you do he comes out in the goofy gear. Look how Booker T's still selling.
Yeah, this does go on for a crazy amount of time.
Yeah. And now they got to clean the ring after this, so we need another filler thing.
Honestly, it would have made sense to put the Hall of Fame thing here.
Yeah. Well, were they doing the live
Because then they could just clean the fucking ring.
Were they doing the like performances of the theme song?
I think they would have done the national anthem at the start, but I don't think they did
do the national anthem at the start.
It's got fucking cup holders. I didn't realize that.
Okay, who did Written in the Stars? English rapper Tinny Tempa. Okay, so we'll see if we get that Tinny Tempa performance. Yeah, like he was thwarted. You outsmarted Stone Cold. Now what?
Yeah.
There really isn't like a. I mean, there is a reveal for the Anonymous Raw general manager, but there isn't like a blow off, right? Like it just kind of goes away.
No, it's like the Vince's illegitimate son thing. It just goes nowhere. And they were like, we have a plan for this, and then we don't give a shit.
Well, what's interesting
they don't give a shit. We don't give a shit.
Raw, specifically in 2011, like it's not even a heel GM. Like sometimes it'll it's a heel GM and it hates the Nexus. That's like the defining characteristic about it.
Yeah.
That's why people thought it was Triple H. They're like, of course he hates the Nexus. Whoa, Darby Allin. All the way
Who
from
is
Israel.
supposed to be Vince's kid in that storyline? Like, where would they take him?
Ken Kennedy, right?
It was Ken Kennedy, and then
Chris Benoit did that thing.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
Oof. Right now, okay, it's coming back now. I remember.
Yeah.
I was like,
they did a Vince fake out death, and they're like, Vince died, and then the show after, they're like, okay, we gotta. This is not a part of the entertainment.
And then Vince is on the show, yeah.
Yeah, and they used to do a golf tournament each year for WrestleMania as well. They don't do it anymore because who cares? But
yeah.
I just got a birdie putt. I am like Chichi Rodriguez. I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome at golf.
We are at the Atlanta Fulton
Public Library
for the WrestleMania.
They should do like the Booker T and Stone Cold thing where they fight in the library.
We had to answer 20 questions.
Hornswoggle is there.
The
whole time they treat Hornswoggle like a child.
Yes. Hornswoggle's there until 2014, I think, when he is part of, because he's part of the three-man band.
He's like off and on, right?
Yeah. He's mostly on SmackDown.
What is this? What are they passing in the Supreme Court right now?
That's a great question.
I guess they're just like, for WrestleMania, they're like, that's the mayor being like, hey, what the hell was that? Wait. Okay, so yeah, I think they need a lot of time to...
Yeah, they're for sure. I think you're right. They're for sure cleaning right now.
They really got to clean that room.
Do I have $500? $1,000. Do we have $1,500? It's all about.
Matt, strike.
In the meantime, I'm gonna turn my voice off.
Okay.
I am going to go get cigarettes at the gas station, which is what I wanted to do before we started recording.
Yeah, this is the perfect matchup for that, or we're waiting for them to clean the ring. I guarantee, even if you're gone, however long you're gone for, I guarantee Triple H versus Undertaker is still going to be happening, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, for one thing, I'm just going to have my...
They're both in the ring.
I'm just going to have my voice off so it doesn't pick up, like, the sound of me driving.
Oh, okay.
But if I have something to say, I'll chime in. I'm not
pulled
gonna...
over for watching WrestleMania 27.
I had... before I go, since we're talking about watching shit while we're driving, the fucking... I texted you that I had something about the Force Awakens video that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
So... I'm watching this video driving back from Philly from my brother's place on Christmas, right? And just for context, you know, this is a Force Awakens being a movie where, you know, Han Solo and Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker, you know, these larger than life figures from your childhood, you know, come back and they're in the shit again. I remember I was driving on the highway, and I'm not looking down at the fucking screen, but there was a moment where like I was driving. It was just like a brief silence. And I heard Pop's voice, and I was like, "Oh, I know him! I know him! That's Pop!" Like he's actually
off,
like,
you're pointing at the screen,
like as it would have when like Luke Skywalker comes on the scene too.
Yeah,
this is like, this is the coolest cameo ever.
Ultras were very big fans of that. Yeah, the people that did watch it,
especially because it is about like, kind of reintegrating the older generation too. I was like, it's like an older, larger than life figure from my actual real life is like talking about a movie about reintegrating older, larger than life figures into current narrative. I was like, oh, this is so meta, and only for like me and like a handful of Andrew's other friends.
Yeah, that's really what I make the videos for, ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why it was so funny, because I was trying to explain it to Sunny, and she was just like,
I don't know.
That makes sense to like you and nobody else.
Yeah. I've been the Patreon decided to be a bracket what the next thing was gonna be, or look at the big video, and they want me to talk about like kind of a joint era retrospective about both like Chowder and Flapjack. And as I'm going back through it, it's like I kind of want to interview people about this, because like the people that were there, like Chowder was what brought everyone together, and like us specifically the March Madness household, we would just gather around on the couch and just watch that and build forts about it. So I mentioned earlier that like I had this hype package dedicated to memory because it was a part of the match that I downloaded for iTunes. An era. Two will do battle. Oh no. Two icons will do battle.
Yeah, I was watching a fucking documentary about I think it was like Cultaholic Wrestling or something like that, whatever it's about the Undertaker's career. He has an extremely interesting like story because they have to like you have to integrate all these different characters that he was playing as if they're like the same person.
Right. Again, like, nostalgia goggles, everyone thinks the thing they grew up with is the best, but like everyone attests of like American Badass or Ministry like Attitude Era Undertaker, but like this is not even a nostalgia thing. I think like this era of like the guy who only shows up for WrestleMania, I think this is the best like Undertaker. Like the man comes back.
He wasn't even a wrestler by that point. He was like a fucking.
He was a touring attraction.
Barricade, honestly. Like he was. Well, the other thing too is like he was starting to lose a step a little bit because he's getting older. And especially when taller guys get older, they can't move around as much. And he's like what, 6'10" or something like that. I don't think he's actually 6'10", but like that's because that's insane. But what was I saying? I think it works really well because it's like even when he's starting to lose a step, he can still like he's about to go in the ring with Triple H for like what was it, like half an hour, 45 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like having him around so that in that capacity where he can A, protect his health, and B, also just
the way like the shields were like placed, that like the right side is kind of a little bit back. They look like knuckles. I thought for a second, I'm like, is that the SmackDown fist? It like from a glance, it did look like that. This isn't the one with the NXT girls, right? Because that wasn't a thing.
No.
Okay, yeah.
That's 30. That's the Daniel Bryan match one.
Yeah. Charlexa and Sasha.
With Charlotte Alexa. Yeah. Yeah, and he's on the throne. And there's probably a bunch of FCW jobbers at the time.
Yep.
I want to see if any of them went anywhere. I love what the Adam Rose Rosebuds, where you could clearly see big ass Braun Strowman in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does he still have his boy Lemon?
But I bet you Sin Cara is holding a shield somewhere in there.
And we would never know.
Yeah.
Well, that was the like. He's like a huge star now, and he was a huge star at the time. But like, when he came to the WWE, he sucked. He was bad at it. But like, why? What made that happen?
I have no idea what the problem was. I mean, the lights didn't help, but they turned the lights off later in his career.
I feel like they did the lights because he was botching, so they were like trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
It's all about the game.
I mean,
the stream chat has been very obsessed with the video of Randy where he goes. Yeah, Triple H, his boys with Lemmy, so that's cool.
I think the ring ropes are different. like between here and AAA, like the Mexican.
Yeah.
I think the ropes and stuff are different. So if you're trying to fly around on those, it's relatively different. But he was botching shit that wasn't that either. So.
I also love how
he really just was not comfortable.
I love how
he probably struggled with English.
They probably just put him on. They probably just put him on TV too.
Yeah. He also probably didn't.
I'm guessing his
speak
English
a lot of
probably
English.
was not very good, and that was it.
I love that earlier in the show, me and John were talking about the importance of Mexican culture and Mexican wrestling, while Caden sat there very politely, listened to the two of us talk about it.
Right.
Hey, I can claim to be a lot of different kinds of Hispanic. I'm actually not Mexican, so.
Nice job, Andrew.
I'm just saying, if you ask the layman, you could lie. That's what he said. You could pass this. The average person you find in that state, you could say anything, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know where that place is." That works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Same with Native American people, like Sonny. Sonny, for all intents and purposes, is a Pennsylvania white. Especially because there's no reses up here, so nobody has any fucking idea what Native American people look like, except for the people that they see on TV, Tatanka.
Or just who's
Italian,
like an Italian
dude.
man? Yeah. I think the idea of passing is reductive in nature, but I have this one friend who's just like a gay man. And he's like, yeah, dude, what if I get hate crime? It's like you're fine, man. You dress in overalls. I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's still it's complex, but it's certainly not something that people should be biting each other's heads off about anyway, because obviously there is a very clear and direct target that we could be using for this vitriol,
right?
But at the same time, I'm still fairly straight passing too.
Yeah. Well, just
to the point
the nature
where
of being a white guy and being dude, they're gonna target me. Is man, there's bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, it's not to get too much into it, but whenever there's a war, a conflict, whatever, where we're bombing the shit out of other places, and then people's immediate thoughts are dude, what if I get drafted? It's you're not the victim here. That you're fine.
Yeah.
So I used to think like that too. However, now that I've started getting, but now that I've gotten into actually organizing and going to these protests and trying to chisel away at some of those people and kind of get them onto our side, it actually unfortunately it's the only way to get them to have empathy, at a certain point.
Right. Yeah. What if American soldiers go there and they get hurt? You don't want that.
It sucks, but eventually that's kind of how you develop.
I'm sitting in my computer chair right now complaining about it's all for. It's all
relative.
Yeah. It's the same thing where people will go online and be like, dude, protesting doesn't actually do anything, or boycotting. Meanwhile, you're not doing anything. It's of course you believe that. Yeah. It's so that you don't have to feel bad about not doing anything.
Yeah, and that's kind of, so I'm a member of the PSL, which is the Party for Socialism and Liberation, which is a Marxist-Leninist organization. Part of the issue that we've been seeing with people who are a little further right than us but still leftist, like the DSA, now this isn't their official stance, it's just we've seen DSA members and stuff, as far as it's been interpreted to me as kind of dogpiling on people who are pissed off about the war because they're pissed off about it for what they interpret as the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Whereas what we're looking at is that's just not good messaging, if people are pissed about this shit, let them be just start reeling them in, because the victims of this war don't care whether or not it gets stopped because the Americans are dying or they're dying. They just want it to end because they're dying.
It really is miraculous how before the guy in charge was just racist and homophobic and transphobic and all that stuff, how quickly he's just burned all of the goodwill among the people who like him, that kind of speed run, pissing off everyone. It's like remarkable, like to the point where like you couldn't do that if you did it on purpose.
No, very difficult.
Yeah.
By the way,
he's,
Undertaker coming out with his normal theme. Since he came back to "The Man Comes Around" by Johnny Cash, I believe, he had been using that for his entrance theme on Monday Night Raws leading up to this, and I really like it. Either they didn't want to keep paying for it. I mean, I like like I said, this interpretation of the Undertaker character, where it is like Johnny Cash, right? He's like that old gothic cowboy who comes around, and he's more of like, he is the pale white horse. Like he comes and he's the harbinger of death, as opposed to like being a person. But I guess I understand, like, they want the classic Undertaker entrance. As far as Undertaker entrances go, though, this is pretty reserved and pretty quick.
This is pretty tame, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he come out to "God's Gonna Cut You Down" at some point too?
That was like a hype package song.
I was gonna say, because that fits really well with what his character is, right? He's basically the evil god of wrestling.
Yeah.
Where like he only comes to WrestleMania to cut down the mighty.
That was the Roman feud, right? I think so. All right, by the way, I want you guys to do a little head count of, I'm going to just start counting when the bell rings. This is a no-holds-barred match. How long it takes one of them to exit the ring.
Okay.
But
I'm pretty sure they both get, like, suspended or fined for doing an unprotected chair shot in this match.
Yeah, they're like, we can get away with it. Because that was a big part of the PG era, is that you couldn't blade. So if you wanted color, you had to like do it hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, good job, WWE.
Yeah, we really got around that issue.
Make everything insanely more dangerous.
That's around when Batista left, is that he bladed and got fined. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. He left.
Yeah. Did he work for any other companies after he left, or did he just kind of more or less?
I think TNA wanted. They were in negotiations, but it never happened. They kept like teasing it. All right, let's see. Ring the bell. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're actually brawling
5,
first.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
excellent podcast.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, 19.
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
Sorry. Just like fucking.
I brawled to the outside.
That probably could have been it.
I had the bit prepared ahead of time. I didn't know exactly how long it was, but like as I was increasing in number, I'm like, am I wrong? Like, am I gonna get to like 70 and like?
That would have been so fucking good, actually.
For the first 20 minutes of the match, I'm at like 1,673.
Yeah, no, that was there was a point at which like right where they went out was like the uncanny valley of comedy, where it's like, okay, it's going on, it's not funny anymore. And now it, like, had that gone on for 20 more seconds since they hit like 40 or 50, it would have gone back around to being hilarious again.
That's probably why, because like I saw Michael Cole standing on it earlier. It's very clearly just like one of those, like, not a cooler, but like, just like a plastic whatever. And it was like wobbly. I'm like, that shit looks unstable. And now we know why. That they were playing the spot. Classic Undertaker setup. He comes back shaved head, right?
Love that they completely ripped the table apart, and we're just not going to do that for now.
Yeah.
That's for later.
Yeah. Chekhov's table. Unless it doesn't come back. Well, there was that one TLC match with the Wyatt family versus the ECW guys where they do the Chekhov's table and then they just don't break it.
That's right.
They just
don't break it, yeah. The fucking
Wrestling
Dudley's match where they don't break the table. That's right.
And that was like in Philly. 6'10".
Launching in the face of
the
right
ring is still wet, but I think it's from the Triple H spit. I don't think it's like...
I think it is from the spit, yeah.
Yeah. That one guy screaming, yeah, old school.
Still real to me, PG version.
Nice. That was that a big meme at the time, that video?
That must have been.
There was also, while we're talking about time capsules, there was obviously like whatever.
This is big Miz girl times right now.
Right. Whatever happens in popular culture, they need to reference on the show and make a bit about it. So, like, I think Santino said something about, like, or maybe Miz, I don't know, one of them said something about the Charlie Sheen interview, because that happened in February of this year.
Yeah.
Somebody was like Charlie Sheen, I'm gonna be winning, some shit like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's classic 2011, 2012.
Well, they kept doing, like, that's why it's kind of fun to watch as a time capsule, because, like, they had, like, Goldust and R-Truth doing Pokemon Go as well, and, like, that was like, was that 2016? I feel like it was late.
It would have been. It was 2016, because it was, that's when the draft was 2016.
And also, like,
that was part of the gimmick of it.
I feel like it was 17, because, like, they weren't, I don't think Goldust was even back yet.
So it would have been late 2016, early 2017.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, like, all throughout the build to a lot of these matches, they were calling each other Justin Bieber as an insult. Because that was, 2011, that's what you do.
He's big.
Yeah. He's an annoying kid.
He's if you were, it's basically the PG way to call
Before everyone knew he probably got molested.
Right. What's really funny, well, that's not funny. What is funny is that, like similar to the Jerry Lawler feud, where, like, Jerry Lawler is a deadbeat dad, but he's supposed to be, like, my laptop, supposed to be the baby face. John Cena, when he's, like, talking about The Rock, he brings out his rapper gimmick, and he's like, I'm gonna be the Dr. Thugonomics, I'm gonna rap at you. And then a week later, like, The Rock basically calls him a culture vulture, is like, you can't be doing that with, like, where you grew up. And then John Cena, the valiant babyface, is like, rap is for everyone. Like, it doesn't matter where I grew up. But it's like, am I supposed to be rooting for John Cena here? Like, that's ostensibly what he's doing. Anyway, he brought up the Doctor of Thugonomics, and he was doing a bunch of bars about The Rock. And the cadence still, like, sticks with me, and I don't know what he meant. The line was, they call you Dwayne because you ain't got a John, son. And, like, I get what they're going for, right? Like, Johnson means penis, but why did he say it like John was the punchline? Like, John, son. I don't understand, unless he's saying that he is his dad.
The funny thing is, if you switched it around, it would have worked.
Yeah, if The Rock said that,
He just fucked it up, though.
Yeah. Because you ain't got a John, son.
What was at stake? The risk involved in
back body drop off of the table to the floor.
To the floor. The mats, the pretty black
back
mats.
inside the ring, though.
He's about to do the taker dive. Oh, no, the taker dive is always ramp side.
Right, because the cameraman's over there.
Yeah.
To catch him on occasion. Right.
God, he fucking absolutely wiped that one time.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
It's weird. This is going to sound weird to say, but, like, he's, like, a tall, big guy, so when you see him fold, it looks really bad. Recently, there was, like, an EO Sky, like, botch or something like that. And, like, I kept seeing the footage, and, like, I know that it was bad, but, like, my brain couldn't compute that it was bad. Because, like, whenever EO folds in yourself, I'm like, yeah, that's what EO does. That's the EO thing. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, shit, okay. I thought he was going to, like, stop him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just going all out. He didn't even have anyone to catch him there. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to fuck it, I'll dive. And he's busted, I think. I see it on his elbow.
Both men broken and battered.
This is the match where they go to the concession stands? There's no
I wish.
Barred.
That would be great, though.
Paid in this battle of icons.
Battle of icons. Well, like, that's the... Do you think because when they talk about this match, they're right, oh, it's just like chapter 3 in like a 4-chapter story. Do you think they knew that? Like, do you think they went into this being like they're going to fight again next year? Or do you think they're just like, we got to... Because they wanted to do Taker versus Sting this year, right?
So they wanted to do Taker versus Sting at 30? 32? One of the ones. But I think it was the one where it was DX. Like, all of DX was involved. They wanted to do.
Oh, 31, Sting. Where they have Triple H versus Sting?
Yes, that one. They wanted to do Taker versus Sting on that one.
Real quick, silly story that I have. So as I mentioned before, I was drinking last night. I came home at around like 1 in the morning, something like that. and I went into the backyard, which is kind of just comes off the street. It was 1 a.m. It was dark, and my landlord did not tell me he installed a shin-high fence in the yard, and so I completely ate shit when I walked home. I almost happened again in broad daylight because I just forgot about it.
You don't even have an excuse this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Tombstone on the stairs.
That was a spine buster, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Catches him with the spine buster here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh yeah, because the table's like weirdly tilted, using the leverage of the.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because like what people remember is the rematch after this is the Mania 28 match.
The end of an era, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and then they both kick around for a couple more years, but.
Yeah. That involves Shawn Michaels as the referee.
Right, because the story here is that like Triple H is like, I've done everything. Undertaker's streak is the only thing I haven't overcome. And
honestly, given the fact that Shawn Michaels isn't involved in this one, I have to think that they were planning on having him involved.
Yeah, but he was
in
really
the finale of it
because
yeah, that's true. But he's not really involved in this match in particular, whereas he is in the last one.
Yes. It's also weird in retrospect. I think I saw a different thing from Dan O'Brien where he thought he was going to fight Shawn Michaels because he like gets involved with that Hell in a Cell match and like costs him the title.
Yeah.
I guess the idea is that he's boys with Triple H, who's boys with Lemmy. They don't have a lot going on there. But yeah, I don't know if, because like there are whenever I feel like people don't give kids enough credit. When it comes to like anything like, oh man, the stuff that kids like nowadays is like way worse than what I like. It's like that's probably not true. Like you're probably watching bullshit on YouTube as well.
It's all perspective.
Yeah, and whenever people talk about like the, attention spans are hot, contested discourse. But like the idea of like having multiple screens is not a new thing. Because I used to like be on my DS while watching cartoons, like, and that already has 2 screens built into it. That like.
Yeah, whenever people talk about like the brain rot of the youth, I think back to my time as a 10-year-old watching no less than 1,000 episodes of a show on YouTube called "Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This?"
Yeah.
Like, it's just always been like that.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's nuts because that came up in my fucking Total Pokemon video, and I just like. It's probably the same channel too, because they did have like 1,000 episodes. That sign says Snooki sucks. Not a big fan, I suppose. But I can't imagine like being a kid and having this downloaded on my iPod, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta sit down for 30 minutes and watch this match again. Because I knew what happens. It was still a fun match, but like,
it's definitely not. It's not the Taker Shawn Michaels match, the last one.
Yeah,
that one
not
you
even
watch. Just watch it.
Yeah, you could sit down and just watch that.
Yeah, because it's like a complete story. This one isn't exactly the same thing.
Right. It's setting up the next one and also kind of resides after the previous 2. But the story going into this is that Triple H had overcome every accolade except for the streak. And his best friend and life partner, Shawn Michaels, had been taken out of the WWE by The Undertaker. And Shawn Michaels was so obsessed with ending the streak that ended his career. And now Triple H very vainly believes that he can overcome this where his partner could not. Mm-hmm. Really just to prove that he's better than Shawn Michaels. Spinebuster.
Terrible spinebuster.
Well, they're gassed. They're goosed. Also fortuitous that they brought Jim Ross out for the Michael Cole match so that he could be out here for this as well.
Yeah.
He could call the rest of the show. Because that's what they did for Undertaker a while after this, is that whenever there was a Taker match, they would bring out JR to do commentary.
Yeah, it's the special.
Mm-hmm. I think the last time he did it was with Roman, I think. Because he was just in AEW after that, moving forward.
Yeah. Did he commentate the Taker Shane match? The Hell in a Cell?
Oh, maybe. I don't remember a whole lot about that Mania.
I only remember him falling off the cell.
Right. That's what the match is. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the match doesn't really matter other than him falling off.
Because that Mania was Cena and Rollins got injured. That was the main thing. So I wonder, like, what was in the cards for Taker for that match, like, before that happened.
And that's before he does the like 1 minute job with Cena.
Yeah.
At a later
There were a lot
Mania.
of opportunities. I think maybe 27 they planned to do Taker and Cena as well. Because, like, it is, like, weirdly magical that, like, all throughout their subsequent, because like they were the stars of the PG era, that they were like on opposite shows. They never really interacted that much. They kept them apart a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting because like Randy Orton is probably the other big one, and he's floated between both shows and feuded with both of them for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
Whereas Cena and Taker never really meet, even though Taker can really play the heel to Cena.
Yeah.
But,
and even Punk, like the game hit the pedigree. I for the story of the pipe bomb, like, it makes sense because like I'm looking at my 2011 novelty cup and they're right. CM Punk isn't on the cup, or no, it isn't my All Stars slushy cup. It's the one I got from the arena with like all the people. But I also have the 2011 All Stars slushy with the Miz. But the cup has Sin Cara on it and not CM Punk. That like the story of like him never winning the WWE Championship in the brass rings, that makes sense. But like, you know, he had won the world title a couple times prior to that, and I feel like a lot, specifically like WCW and like early Raw when they brought back the World Heavyweight, and even now, like they still refer to them as champions. But for whatever reason, they're like, yeah, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger and the Great Khali and Christian, they never won the title. It's like, well, that's not true. They were World Heavyweight.
Yeah.
It's weird that only like late 2000s, early 2010s, people don't count as a world title.
Yeah, it is very interesting. I think because they don't really want to lessen it after, like, retroactively, honestly.
Yeah.
Where they're like, we didn't really do much with Christian or Jack Swagger or Mark Henry as the champion in the long run. We might as well just not acknowledge it at all.
I get, but I always liked the World Heavyweight Championship because it was like, you know, you could have your Dolph Ziggler win that. Like he could have a little bit of a run. And he could still be the champion there.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it lets you, it does let you experiment with, I mean, the Daniel Bryan thing was perfect for it. Like, he gets his, I mean, obviously they botched it in the end, but with the, although I guess in the end they didn't botch it, if you look at the bigger picture.
Right.
I mean, they were trying to botch it, but they
that was the plan from the beginning. They just didn't think he was going to be as over, because he's like, it's supposed to be the monster, or not the monster, but like he's supposed to be the heel, the smarmy heel.
Yeah.
So in theory,
he gets his ass kicked by Sheamus in second, and that's it. Yeah, he's the pest. Sheamus comes in, takes the sledgehammer to him. You're supposed to be happy about Sheamus winning,
right?
Et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's also like when they, because I loved Kofi Mania. I think that was like just being a part of that was huge. But like,
yeah, absolutely.
But like it, you know, Mark Henry was a world champion before that. He was just the world heavyweight champ. I legit thought it was over there for a second. I was like, I don't remember it ending because I don't remember the finish.
We didn't get a. I don't think we've had the chair shot yet, though.
We haven't seen a sledgehammer either. That's got to be in here somewhere.
That's true. Sledgehammer is important in a Triple H match.
Right, because he's the only one that could use it now. Except for, see, that's the like the little pieces of storytelling in wrestling. I really like when they like Mega Man each other, and like if you had a famous feud or a tag team or a mentorship with a wrestler, you can kind of steal their stuff. So like when it coincided when like
Christian gets the spear because Edge is done.
Right.
He gets the spear.
And even like Jon Moxley does the spear and the curb stomp. And when that was close. When Seth Rollins cashed in, and then perfectly like coinciding with them deciding he can't do the curb stomp anymore. That's when he started doing the pedigree, and that made sense because he was under Triple H's tutelage. And even like when like Cesaro started doing the sharpshooter because he tagged with TJ, stuff like that. And then like Sheamus would do the big swing sometimes. Like that's really fun.
Yeah, love shit like that.
I was gonna do the stunner.
DDT.
And yeah, Owens just started doing the stunner for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it so he could set up that match eventually.
Yeah.
cannot be counted out. Look at that. Look at that.
He did it because nobody was using it.
Yeah.
So.
And he didn't want to have to lift everyone again. And like even because like
Understand.
Alexa isn't involved with the Wyatt Six, but like she still does Sister Abigail because she I guess was Sister Abigail. That's another thing that happens for the rest of the Bray Wyatt story is that Alexa Bliss becomes Sister Abigail, or she pretends to be Sister Abigail to like manipulate him, or Sister Abigail's soul like takes over her body.
Yeah, they never really reached the conclusion on that.
Well, the idea is that her like soul resided in the Wyatt compound, and then when it was burned down, she was like she became a part of him because he baptized himself in the ashes. And that's why...
Was it was Orton that burned down the compound? It was Orton that burned it down.
And that's why, like, later in the year when he's feuding with Pumpkin Demon Finn Balor, he, like, becomes Sister Abigail because her, like, spirit's in him. And then I guess when he goes in the Lake of Reincarnation, she just goes to Alexa somehow.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to rewrite this to make it seem more smart, like I often do, but... Because that's the story coming out of this, is that Triple H can't beat the streak, but he's the only one that walks out, right? He's bad. This is the first time we see, like, a bit of weakness in The Undertaker.
Yes, the crack is there.
Yeah. It's the...
Everybody else gets carried out in a body bag. He walks out on his own.
Right.
And he walks out before The Undertaker does, is the big thing.
The Roman
he walks
match...
out before The Undertaker can get up.
Yeah, the Roman match where, like, either it was intentional or not, regardless, like, it works out. That, like, he couldn't sit up. Like, he couldn't do the Undertaker sit up. And, like, because, like, in retrospect, I like being there and the Raw after. Like, I like that match, that Roman and Taker match. Like, in retrospect, I haven't gone back to watch it, so maybe it's like boring. But like, just for that shot alone, I like it. I was pissed at the time, you know. But I think that's like, if Roman's
I think it was kind of supposed to be that.
Yeah, because like the Raw after where he's just standing there and they're all like telling him to die. That's awesome. Where he just like doesn't say anything. I think
everything that has to do with Roman Reigns' career is like almost completely by accident, and B, so much better in hindsight, even with like the real low parts of it. I think that's kind of, I can't think of anyone that comes to mind that's quite like that. Like where the worst parts in his life and career are actually what makes the best parts like infinitely better.
Because like there's so many things in that era of like rage baiting Reigns that like if he's supposed to be a heel, it's like it's some of the best heel work ever. But like he wasn't. But like, is that meta?
But then when they lean into it, like 100% when they lean into it during the pandemic, then it becomes really great.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, like,
it's kind of one of those things where it's like
I have of being in Philly, like people. It was like the end of fucking Star Wars, like when Cody beat Roman, like people were like everyone was hugging and crying, like it was legitimately insane to be there.
Well, that's got its own thing of like it being Cody too, like 'cause that's the intersection of two really good stories. But as far as like with the meta commentary on like this is great heel work and without even trying, I think that's just kind of like wrestling writers are subject to death of the author as well. Like, at a certain point, you just the audience will interpret shit how they interpret it.
Well, that's like so much of also, like, people are already booing Cena around this era, but like so much of the reality era is like, there's a weird disconnect between the story they're trying to tell on TV and the one that's actually happening. And I think the time they lean into it, like, the kickoff of the reality era is the pipe bomb, but I think like the main story of it is the Daniel Bryan thing, the little monster promo,
Yeah.
Great video.
That was like right before I stopped watching was the pipe bomb and the rising star of Daniel Bryan. I have more thoughts on this, but I have to briefly dip out so that I can I think I can navigate back to my apartment. I literally just moved last week, so I don't know the area that I'm in very well.
No worries.
I think I can navigate.
This match will
on my
probably
own.
still be happening.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Either way, I have my cigarettes now. They were not happy about me coming in on Easter Sunday for cigarettes, but
I mean, I need them.
Yeah, because like they don't want to fucking be there.
Yeah.
they don't want to be there. I don't want to be here because it's poor planning. Either way, I'm going silent for a second while I try and navigate home.
No worries. I wanted to ask you, Caden, because I'm looking at them right now. What I've been, because I said that Black and White was like a part of Weekly Monday Night, so I was just playing White version. I'm looking at like this Pig Night and like Zekrom toy. Do you know when we went to New York? Because it was before Black and White came out, right?
So, no, I think, well, we would have went, we did the champion, when we went to the championship, it was for Black and White.
Yeah, and the games were out.
It would have been after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a thing in Philly that was pre the game getting translated, but I don't think we would have went to New York before the game.
The infamous
came out.
pictures of us, like, as kids, standing next to the inflatable starters and the inflatable Zekrom and Reshiram.
So I think that's at the championship.
Okay, so
I
the
think
game
that's
was
when we
out
went. Yeah. Yes, with the inflatable Reshiram and Zekrom.
Because I'm also,
starters.
for an unannounced thing, I'm putting together a timeline of, like, you know, building up to that game, and, like, 2011, or I guess, like, all throughout 2010 into 2011, that's when, like, the shiny Entei, shiny Raikou, shiny Suicune, and, like, Celebi events happened at GameStop. And I definitely, like, went to... Did the show get quieter? I feel like my ears popped. I don't know what's going on. You know, now he's failing to sit up, right? And that's what gives him the inkling.
Here's the Undertaker stirring. He's trying to...
He's going to do the Sweet Chin music. He's got it scouted. Yeah, okay, no, they do this. So I think at the Roman match it was, like, unintentional, but it's sort of, it's like poetry, sort of, it rhymes.
Yeah.
I think tells a better story than we ever could.
Because we talked about it as well during the Total Pokemon thing, that, like, for me, I started with Diamond, and then I went back to, like, Sapphire and Fire Red, and then got, obviously, Heart Gold, and we have that 2010, like, around March 2010, all the March Madness stuff's happening, we're all playing the game. And then I guess March or February 2011 would have been Black and White. And then the longest gap between generations is between Gen 4 and Gen 5. But as of November this year, it will have been the longest time.
Especially in the States.
Yeah. Well, for both, for Japan and United States. But now, like, the dates are consolidated, so this November will have been the longest time without a new Pokemon generation. Because Scarlet and Violet was 22.
Yeah, because it's not... And it's not coming out until at least 27. So.
Yeah, even if it comes out January in 27, it'll still be the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I asked you, do you have it? Did you get the Switch 2?
Yes, I do have a Switch 2. Yeah, I have a ZA for the Switch 2. It's the only game I have for the Switch 2, but I do have... Well, I guess I have Mario Kart. It came with the bundle.
True.
But... So I have Mario Kart and I have ZA.
We've been I've been getting all of the like exclusive stuff for stream, and that Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition that has like the prop hunt game built into it is actually really fun, and also it uses Game Share, so I'm the only person who needs it or needs to have it. So I'll let you know when we play it next whenever we stream more Switch 2 games, but
okay.
I've also been the Switch 2 related podcast. It started as like the only guest we can have on, or people that have the Switch 2 so we could talk about it. And then we had Nicky Nor on, and then fortuitously he just also had a Switch 2. And I was like, okay, I guess that works out. There's a lot of valuable insight there. I asked him about Sergeant Frog. I remember how much that parlayed us into watching that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
So he has seen that video of us talking. So you're in there.
I forgot. I found a jump drive that had a bunch of the half finished ones that at least I was working on at the time. Me and Riley would have been working on of the like Total Pokemon Island ones. Like, I have a bunch of the PowerPoints that I've found.
Now we got the sledgehammer.
Now the match can end after the sledgehammer shot.
What if that's instead of doing a chair shot, they're like, yeah, what if I just hit you in the head with this sledgehammer?
In the face with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Probably wouldn't even bleed from it, but, you know.
But it will be immortalized.
What are you going to do? I'm married to your daughter.
I mean, yeah, that's the wrestling thing.
It's the retroactive thing.
It's like, it might kill me and ruin me, but, like, that's history. Like, they're going to show that video forever.
I mean, that's the cell dive right there. Both of them. Shawn Michaels one and the Shane McMahon one. It's like,
yeah, and a lot of the Mick Foley stuff too is like, yeah, but I might as well do it. Oh yeah, this is the He's really trying to. The Hell's Gate is weird. They're like locking between the two shins. This is the.
Something Gatame, I can't remember. Don't remember the judo name.
Because he's wearing the UFC gloves here, so like he had already gotten into it by this point. Even though that doesn't really he doesn't really bring it up in his dead man character, but he's the best pure striker.
Yeah, and also does judo sometimes.
I remember them doing like a more dramatic spot where he drops the sledgehammer.
The sledgehammer. I think that might still be this match.
Yeah, I think he needs to pick it up. Yeah, it's just longer than we remember. We've seen like an edit or something.
Yeah.
The streak is on the line here.
It is on the line.
If Triple H manages to lift him up, will Triple H give up though? I don't like. I think maybe just because I watch so much wrestling. So like, when the Big Show and Mark Henry ring break happens, like that was insane to me because I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
And now it's like the spot that they do when there's big guys, right? So like, I guess like you always got to be assuming that it's a new audience watching, but like, I kind of hate that I'm glad that John Cena genuinely tapped out because like every babyface submission they always do the Stone Cold thing. Like they cannot submit.
Where they
have
passed
to
out.
pass it.
Yeah.
Because it makes more sense for them to tap out.
Yeah,
because they don't want to
fight another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually cowardly to pass out.
Yeah, I think there are times it works and there are times it doesn't work. Where it's like, times where you're fighting for.
No, he does tap. Okay.
Like the ones where you're like the ones like the Orton one where he kisses his wife and she's chained to the fucking ropes. If he puts you in a submission and you fucking pass out rather than tap out, I get that.
Yeah.
But if it's just a fucking match for a belt, like just tap out, dude. You can try again later.
What was it Cody and AJ where AJ quit because Cody was gonna like throw stairs at him? Is that what it was?
I don't remember.
Because that was during Cody had just won the belt. And then I think...
I don't think I would have seen it then. Because I think the last thing I saw was when Cody won the belt.
That's a really good... That's Mania. The end game. That's a really good season finale. And you probably don't need to... Dude, WrestlingNewsLive.uk? Is that what that said?
So I'm back now, and during that conversation about like, it might fuck me up, but it'll be legendaries. I forgot I had my volume off, so I was just shouting, "Big Foley, Big Foley!" because I forgot it was you guys couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Someone took my fucking parking spot though. That's what I don't like about this new place is that parking is ass.
That was the worst part about California, and they also did street cleaning. So I didn't go places often, but like every Monday I would need to wake up and move my car. Bong.
Bong. But yeah, no, I think that is just kind of with those spots like the ring breaking and stuff like that. Like. It's that is kind of what the ethos that a lot of these guys have is like, especially with health insurance having been such a battle, the last until like maybe the last couple years. I think
you're only ever going to be a wrestler. Like you're not gonna do A-Train Big Show.
You can be an actor.
Some of them can, but I feel like for the most part they're like, well, I can't retire. I don't have tenure. Like I need to just keep doing wrestling, I guess.
Yeah, you show up on wrestling shows for the rest of your life because that's the audience that knows you and is gonna pay you.
Yeah. Well, there's every once in a while there's a rare kid. I don't know if you remember Nathan Jones. He's the guy who played fucking for context if anybody listening doesn't know. Nathan Jones was one of those like big guy wrestlers, but I think at the time he just like wasn't really ready for TV. But then later he's like now instead of a big guy wrestler, he's just a big guy actor. Like he was in Mad Max as Immortan Joe's like massive stupid son.
Whenever I try and bring up the Nexus or characters, and I'm trying to get people on board, I'm like, David Otunga's the one that gets pegged by She-Hulk from the show.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Referee with his golden ass watch, just flexing on him for no reason. Had to get it in the frame real quick. Oh yeah, is that the? I didn't see like a head chair spot.
No.
He is bleeding from his neck. Maybe they cut it out for the. I mean, this is on Netflix right now, brother. So.
Yeah. It is possible. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Surely they have this on. I think DesiRules.net. So did you guys ever like? Because I remember going over to someone's house and like I didn't know that SmackDown was like taped. So yeah. I was like, I don't want to miss SmackDown, and they would like read the results to me. I was like, I don't want to know what happened. Stop. That like, I wasn't as internet savvy, at least when it came to wrestling at the time. But like, you guys were on like the website. There was a period of time where when we couldn't get the pay-per-views, like it was just too expensive or whatever. There was like a live chat happening on the website as the show was happening. So anytime there was like a match result or like someone coming out or something happening, they would like talk about it in the chat. And I was just like always typing in there. And then my older sister like got it taken away because she said I was talking to people, wrestling fans on the internet, which is only partially true.
Yeah. And now it's your job.
Yeah. Now I host the forum. We need to bring those what's happening forum. What was the point of, oh yeah, like did you wanted to watch wrestling secondhand? Because everyone had like their website that they would like upload their TV rip like as it was happening so you could watch it for free.
So I would have, because we didn't get many pay-per-views in 2012, so like all of 2012 I basically would just read the results as they were happening.
Okay.
On sites as they would do like the live
now
updates.
I just scroll on Twitter and it's like, oh, I guess Pat McAfee's back or something.
Yeah, they're gonna show clips of it. I mean, I was fucking working on words. Like, it's like, oh, this guy got involved and changed the whole thing, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll take your word for that. They'll show me like half of it on Raw tomorrow.
Right. The important bits.
Yeah, that was how I got pay-per-view results, is because they just talked about it on the show like the next week. So I was like, well, I don't get to see the cool shit, but like I get like a little highlight reel.
The music fades out.
On for backup.
Yeah, and then they play the music again. Do you think they thought he was like... I mean, obviously they don't. He's selling. But do you think the crowd bought... They're like, oh shit, he's like legit hurt.
They probably did, yeah.
In this era, yeah. Because this is like we were talking about earlier. Like, this is the first...
You can still see the outline of the Sarah tattoo. It's like in white. He definitely got rid of it, but the scar is still there. It's kind of beautiful in a way. The scars remain.
But yeah, I think certainly at this point with the role that the Undertaker had up until this point, I'd for sure bet that the crowd and probably just the general fandom at the time was like, you know, oh, he like actually fucked himself up.
Yeah, well, they got the golf cart gurney, I guess. Steve Austin comes out on his ATV.
Drags him, like straps the gurney to the back of the ATV and just drives
running
off.
over the laptop, the anonymous Raw general manager laptop with his ATV. But I guess that wasn't
he
the show.
Does do that. No, it's not this show.
Yeah.
He carries the ATV for a while.
Well, they keep him around because he's like a Tough Enough host, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Tough Enough host.
That starts airing the Monday after this, so I got to start watching that as well.
I think there's only one person on the first Tough Enough that actually ended up doing anything, and I don't remember who it is.
On the first Tough Enough?
Yeah.
Well, the Maven's the $1 million
the 2011.
Oh, the 2011. Yeah.
The 2011 one.
Oh, that's the reboot. Yeah. I don't know. I remember who wins, but I genuinely don't remember like if anyone else did anything, because the one I don't know if it was after
was like
that,
the only successful one.
But I remember. I mean, this is Death of the Author retrospects, like, I remember watching the next season, and, like, I was, like, kind of half watching. I'm like, I like this Patrick guy. I hope he does something. Yeah. And that was the only one that, like, did something, and then he really did something, and now he's not in the
Wasn't Mandy Rose on the first one?
Who?
On the first one, the reboot. Mandy Rose. Wasn't she on the reboot?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I still haven't watched it. We're about to find out. Oh yeah, they show
Not the
Undertaker dying.
one.
Now they say
the
don't
one.
try this at home.
Global entertainers.
See, the thing is, like, it would be really annoying to our parents because, like, while you're watching wrestling, you're also, like, playing. You're like, oh, now I want to fight. Now I'm like, now I'm heated up because I just saw that happen. That was the Big Show Punk match where the feud was that Punk was bald.
Broken bones.
Yeah, he wears the mask because he doesn't want to show it.
Is he gonna say his left knee? Oh no, that was an earlier one.
Don't try this.
I feel like they don't do this anymore.
No, they don't.
They still got enough lawsuits. They're nobody can sue them now.
Yeah, it's because they know that no matter how much they say it, it's not going to stop people.
Right. Well, I didn't think that they were doing it to stop people. I thought they were doing it to, like, avoid litigation.
Deniability.
Yeah,
well, yeah, definitely.
So, like, hey, we told them not to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting the big Snooki match.
Yeah.
The main event.
Yeah, we can just stop watching after this.
There's
a cougar necklace.
That's, from the Miz's perspective, that is what the main event.
Yeah. I saw Snooki, and then the rest of the night was a blur. Whoa, it's like, why is there noise on it? You see how it's like staticky?
Yeah.
Damn, they fucked up the tape.
That's just what happens when Vicky talks.
It's like Slender Man. Oh, wait, no, now it's fixed.
Yeah, it's her voice is
am perfection. This is first Mania, right?
I think so, yeah. I think he was on the pre-show Battle Royal or something like that the year before.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he was the World Heavyweight Champion like a month ago, so he's in this Snooki match now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's Dolph Ziggler right there.
He did whatever he had.
He's world champion like a couple months ago, and then now he's in the Snooki match.
The thing about, like, the WrestleMania, our first WrestleMania, like, that is most remembered for what happens the Raw after.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple push Lycos sign. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't either. Flawless.
I don't remember a lot of Lay Cool. I feel like I remember Layla. I feel like Michelle McCool like leaves pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they do the breakup like right after this.
Oh. Okay. Probably because of this.
Yeah, I think they have an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. That's anyway, the final thing, and then Layla sticks around and wins the title.
Yeah, there's other storylines happening concurrently that just aren't as important. There was also, for those of you paying attention, this is really important. Ted Jr. and Maurice broke up on Raw. It doesn't like.
Oh, that's right.
It doesn't result in anything, but then Ted goes to SmackDown and does the DiBiase posse, right?
I fucking was at a DiBiase when I went to TLC in 2011. We went to a DiBiase posse. We have pictures of us, Riley and I both, with Ted DiBiase outside of the arena.
For the Snooki. They're calling him the Prince of Parkour.
Yes.
They were really hammering that home. Because, like, that's his character. They'll do backstage interviews. They're like, what Fuel's doing? He's like, yeah, parkour. This really is 2011.
Slow-mo?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome. That's a great gimmick. Do the slow-mo in real time.
Yeah, he's also like, I mean, this is kind of, you're in the Snooki spot, whatever. But, like, John Morrison's, like, in the championship picture, like, this year. I don't think he ever is again.
He fights for the title at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, but, like, also
in the cage match.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I vaguely remember him, like...
The R-Truth feud is right after this.
Yeah, and the,
So it's the R-Truth and John Morrison feud that results in him going crazy, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the R-Truth heel turn because I remember really liking it. Maybe it doesn't age well, but I'm excited to see what happens at the very least.
That was my biggest regret upon finding out what happened after I stopped watching wrestling is that I missed like a huge R-Truth comedy, just like legendary comedy run.
Well, like that R-Truth, like, he's like taken seriously, but he's also and he dresses up like a the not what's the one that's not the Union? The Confederacy. He dresses up like a Confederate soldier. Yeah, like it's really and like at the time I wanted him to beat John Cena.
The in between him doing just the little Jimmy stuff and when he first starts going crazy is great.
Yeah, because he smokes a cigarette and blows it on John Morrison. Like before he's crazy funny, it's like this is the coolest guy in the company.
Yeah, he's just a fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
great.
and then it goes into Punk because the pipe bomb happens after a tables match between R-Truth and John Cena.
It honestly starts to change around Money in the Bank when he says he's afraid of spiders.
By the way, did they know, or did they make that really quickly?
I'm guessing they probably knew.
John Egbert.
He's really got his hands full. Dolph Ziggler now got his hands full.
See, I always like. I don't know why, but I think it's just because I like. I just like dudes with long hair because Catholic school, you're not allowed to fucking grow your hair out.
I do think that it imprinted on us. That's like Edge, Jeff Hardy, Undertaker, Triple H.
Yeah, and those were like kind of my favorite guys.
But nowadays we got 2011 Undertaker hair.
I was so mad when I had to cut my hair. Yeah, it took me, I swear to God, 7 years to get my hair where it was because my hair just grows so slow. But that sucks.
That is the plight of every wrestler. At some point, they must shave their head. You could either have long hair or be bald. There's really no in between there.
Yeah.
That's what I live by.
It's the same thing with facial hair. You either have a fucking beard, a full beard, or you have nothing.
She should
You're
have
baby face, or you have a full beard.
Snooki lick her hand, and then she does the Mickey James spot.
Matrix well scouted.
Or I guess the other way around.
Yeah.
Whoa. Powerbomb style. This is also like Trish's first match back.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah. This is like the Snooki match, but also this is a Trish Stratus match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Before who did she face at WrestleMania? I don't remember. She faces somebody. Was it Charlotte? I think it was Charlotte, yeah.
Or maybe that's Evolution.
She definitely has a match at Evolution.
Yeah.
So does Michelle McCool. She's also in that Battle Royal.
She does the tag match, right? She's tagging with Becky, isn't she? Which is weird.
I think she does, yeah.
Yeah, because Lita's also there.
I think they start... Yeah, I think they start feuding after that, too.
Yeah. That was the one that wasn't on the SummerSlam card. It was just really annoying.
Ladies are training.
No!
That seemed unnecessary.
Cool spot, though. But it'll be remembered forever in the Snooki match.
Yeah. Be forever remembered as the moment in the Snooki match.
Right. I just remember the Snooki,
securing their legacy.
The Snooki handspring is her move.
Yeah, that is the moment in this match is the Snooki hits the handspring.
Because the feud is built around Vicky.
I think Trish finishes with the Bulldog. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think Snooki gets the pin. I think it's.
Well, we can talk about it as well. When it happens, at the end, John Morrison kind of snubs Trish Stratus.
Yes.
Shows her disrespect. It's because Maria wasn't on the card and they were dating at the time, right?
Was it Maria or Melina?
I don't know the difference. One of those two for sure. But I mean that Morrison.
This is fucking epic selling Dolph Ziggler. I forgot about that.
Morrison being in he's about to do
everything.
Some cool shit, Starship Pain to the ground.
Always.
Yeah, the Morrison being. There are some people that are in the main event scene when the context makes sense. Because Jey Uso fighting Gunther doesn't make any sense to me. But Jey Uso fighting Roman Reigns for the title, that I buy, right? It's situational. Yeah. So, John Morrison being in the main event scene right now makes sense
when
because
The Miz is.
The Miz is the WWE champion, and they already have a built-in feud there. All right, is that the one thing Snooki does, or does she do the worm? Okay, handspring. No, she does get the pin.
No, she does get the pin. I was wrong.
Get crazy, get wild.
How much you want to bet they had to pay for this fucking music too?
Oh, guaranteed.
What's really interesting is like we're watching the Zack Ryder YouTube show where he's doing a Z True Long Island story, and he's clearly trying to get a feud started with the Situation. And like it's really funny that like for weeks and weeks he's like trying to get that to happen, and then after Snooki shows up on Raw and does this instead, and he's just like he's not on the card. Like I guess Jersey Shore was like the biggest thing in 2011.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching. It's been really interesting. I'm watching.
It genuinely was.
Yeah, I'm watching weekly Monday night, so it's like I'm watching Cartoon Network and then Monday Night Raw, and there's like a Mad episode where the parody is like Jersey Shore, and I'm like, this Mad has been really fun to watch too because that's also like a weird time capsule.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I have like old Mad magazines from that time too. That are like
I don't recognize any of these guys. Oh, that's right, Cameron. Cameron's in Tough Enough.
Oh,
she says her fucking favorite match is Melina versus
Is this
somebody.
what it happened? That's awesome. Oh, I can't wait to watch
and
that.
it's so cold is fucking absolutely bewildered by that answer.
Yeah,
which is fucking hilarious. He's absolutely gobsmacked.
I'm dedicated
by
to
the
watching
answer.
it each week. I feel like it might probably be boring, but
Oh, absolutely will be. But...
million miles away.
What? Andrew watching boring shit for content? That's never happened before.
The interesting thing about this show, Weekly Monday Nights, is that people really do not fucking care. But I've committed. I said I was gonna do this every week, so I'm gonna do it every week. Yeah. Like people are paying
There's
for
no
the Patreon
point if you don't commit to the
and then
bit.
not watching it.
Yeah, the internet
awesome
is a funny job to have it like that.
71 people are here.
How funny would it be if that ticker just like went down one? And you saw someone getting carded out.
There's a bunch of empty seats in the background. I guess it was during the Snooki match.
Yeah, everyone went to go get hot dogs.
They went to go get cigarettes from the grocery store.
Yeah.
God, what a pain in the ass it would be to get back into WrestleMania after you go get cigarettes in the middle of a match.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if I ever did go to Mania, that is some shit that would happen to me. It'd be like I'd go out to smoke and then I'd get locked out.
Yeah.
That's why I can't. So I can't go to live.
There are some manias like everything is QR codes now, but when everyone's trying to connect to the internet, like it's a mess.
Yeah.
Like I think it was Mania 31 that it was impossible to get inside of because like the system was down.
Yeah, the IT company that I work for does some consultation on live events like that. That's the first thing I tell people is like the more people are going to be trying hooking up to the internet, the more.
This is the Hate Me Now promo.
This is a great promo.
Yeah, lock in. Yeah, he was on Tough Enough. He lost, but
after he was on The Real World.
Right. Because that's the thing that's interesting about this feud is that like he's very clearly inspired by the Miz or by The Rock, I mean. And like they don't really lean into that. Like it just The Rock just happens to the idea of like a heel character where your hero doesn't care about you, like that's so interesting.
Yeah.
But Miz is kind of like a secondary aspect
I mean, they really,
of John Cena. Oh, Miz Girl.
Miz Girl. They really could have had Miz be more involved in the Cena Rock feud, and I think it would have made it better.
Dress up like The Rock.
Well, I just mean like from a storytelling perspective, the whole thing of this main event is not about the Miz. It's all about Cena and The Rock. Whereas if this is Miz versus Rock or Miz versus Cena and The Rock, he's idolizing The Rock and The Rock doesn't like John Cena. Like, if that's what it is going into this, then it makes more sense that this match matters.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go on for days about missed opportunity from creative and fucking.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like it's retroactive because like people look back at this and they're like, this is the worst main event because who gives a shit about the Miz? But like I liked the Miz, so I want to give a favorable read. I'm like, no, this story is interesting on paper.
Yeah.
He was another one of those ones that like I didn't get until I was an adult because like again like with Cody Rhodes, I just thought he was an asshole, you know.
Yeah.
But as I got older and like saw more of the Miz's career in total, I was like, oh, I like this guy too.
I mean, the character works when he's like he demands respect from a world that doesn't respect him.
Especially with his background the way it is, it all culminates really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the fucking like actual like backstage. Like,
yeah, made him get changed in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I got the awesome bubbles.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say this: the one silver lining to the Benoit murder suicide. At least the Miz could get back into the locker room.
Dude, the thing is, like, we don't gotta get into it, but like when people are like, yeah, like the people who knew him, they're like, yeah, I mean that's CTE, and like it probably was because of brain damage, but they're like, yeah, like by all accounts, Benoit was like a good guy before that. I was like, well, no, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, I mean,
he wasn't a murderer, but he was like a dickhead.
I mean, you gotta
keep
in mind too. I mean, we're talking massive CTE over the course of 10-15 years at least. Like,
his
we're
finisher
talking
was
very
the flying
serious.
headbutt.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, we're also talking massive steroid use.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
There's no way that he wasn't
tons of
already
alcohol.
a kind of a violent
Like alcohol, drugs, anything.
Also.
Like
yeah,
like
there's
absolutely.
A lot of, like,
this guy was fucked up from day one.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories that, like, oh man, Daniel Bryan's injury, like they just wouldn't clear him because they wanted Roman to be the champion, and Daniel Bryan only got to come back because he threatened to leave the company. But like, I don't know if not to be too favorable, but if I'm WWE and I see Daniel Bryan doing the exact same moves that Chris Benoit does, and a doctor says like, yeah, no, he shouldn't compete.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I'm not risking that at all. Like, no way.
Yeah. No, I think with the Benoit thing is like, yeah, it clearly the head trauma played a part in it.
Yeah.
But like, saying that there were absolutely no warning signs, I don't buy that. I think they were covering ass for him, and then by the time tragedy occurred, they were like, well, we're not gonna fucking like shit talk him now.
And obviously nobody wants to take responsibility for that shit. Nobody wants to be
absolutely
like, plus his fucking best friend died the year before that suddenly with a fucking heart attack. Like, all of this shit's fucking him up to no end. So
yeah, I think it's like, you know, you also got to take into account, like, these are wrestlers we're talking about. I mean, the company has been covering for wrestlers' misdeeds for decades.
Stone Cold said on Dark Side, was it Dark Side of the Ring? No, it was the Netflix documentary. I don't remember. Stone Cold said he doesn't believe in CTE.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like something somebody with CTE would say. Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
this is how John Cena gets his revenge. Rock called him a culture vulture, and now he's coming out of gospel music. If this is in fact John Cena.
Now wait for my quesadilla to cool off, you know.
But yeah,
it's not good. It's microwaved because I got it last night, and then I ordered it on DoorDash. Immediately got the spins and passed out. My roommate must have brought it in at like 6 a.m. 3 or 4 hours after it had been sitting out.
I'm in the middle ground in my adult ages where, like, I'm eating better, but I'm still not making anything. So what I just do is I just get food from the local Chinese place, and they just do meal prep for me. Like, it's just a tray of chicken, broccoli, and rice, which, like, I could probably make. And, like, it is better than what I was eating, but I'm still just, like, still DoorDashing it to my house.
No, I eat like shit. Kid, I don't know if we've spoken since I got diagnosed, but I have narcolepsy. So, like, I need like 12 to 16 hours of sleep a day, which means I have like a laser thin time schedule, which means I can't fucking really, like, I can't have a 40-hour a week job and cook for myself because the other time just has to be spent sleeping so that I can keep my fucking license, you know, so I'm not falling asleep at the wheel. Which means I eat like fucking shit and like I have 4 years of this. I have started getting like, I mean, you know, I've always been like on the skinnier side because my metabolism is all fucking weird, but I started getting stretch marks on, weirdly enough, just one side of my gut. Like, I don't know what the fuck that's about.
I got the Ren from Ren and Stimpy build right now, where like I got a beer gut having never drank. Just like the way
What I have in my heart begin to show.
Yeah. No, my meals are also shit, so I get you. Yeah. I'm allergic to like literally 120 different things, so I eat the same 5 things every single day.
I do too. It's just got more to do with like autism.
Yeah, you asked 12-year-old Andrew, and that's awesome, actually.
Listen, the most regular that I've ever been, like with my GI shit, like, is when like 1 or 2 months I just started eating nothing but chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Like that was all I ate for a little bit, because I was like, I found something that I can make in 20 minutes, eat real quick, and it's not completely disgusting for you.
Yeah.
It was just chicken and rice with a little bit of buffalo sauce on it.
Well, my thing is like
and I ate that for months even.
Yeah, my thing is like I eat right and I eat better, but I'm still like, you know, I'd fucking my monthly subscription to Dash Pass, Treatler Warrior, and I know how to make spaghetti sometimes, where like I eat better, but like I don't, not really. I should probably get groceries, is what I'm getting at, but
yeah, I should too. I just have to find where the fucking grocery stores are around here. My intention last night was to like go walk around the city a bit and like figure out like what's nearby, kind of get like a game plan. And then I walked past the bar and, well, it stayed there. So like I didn't get any of that shit done.
What I do is that like if it's something really like, you know, again, I don't care about my health. I just like walking. I love walking places. Every city's a walkable city to me. Like, I'm not doing any of this because I feel like I should. I just genuinely like chicken and broccoli now that I'm now in my old age. But like I will, whenever I get fast food, I'm like, oh, I'll walk there and walk back, and then it kind of balances out a little bit. And I walked to Royal Farms. I got a slushie the other day, so I was really feeling it.
See, I live in a Puerto Rican neighborhood, so there's like all kinds of like actually good food around me. I just have to figure out like where it is and what the times it open, and I can like go back to eating not McDonald's.
Yeah, well, that's what opened up my palate is like when I moved out for the first time. Is like California itself is a melting pot, but also like I had like 5 roommates and I was the only white kid, and like everyone was like an amalgamation of different cultures, and that like legitimately that's the first time I had an empanada. Who was in that was with my roommates. And now I had
a Jamaican meat patty the other day. I was like, what the fuck have I been missing? Those things are great.
Yeah, you should hit up Riley. He fucking loves to discover new food shit. He's all about that. He cooks so much now, it's crazy.
I'm deep on the
There is a Jamaican there's a Jamaican place that's like not on like Apple Maps in our hometown, that the person who gave me that meat patty has been like gatekeeping from me, and I keep telling her like, please, I'm begging you, just tell me where it is. She's like, no, sorry.
That's funny too, is that like I not even doing it for like moral reasons, but like now I do kind of just only eat at local places. Like I don't really get chains very often. And there's this
because the chains are fucking expensive now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's a better deal to unironically better deal to support local businesses.
Yeah.
But like, listen, WrestleMania 27 aside, this main event, I really enjoyed this. I'm glad we could do this to like.
Oh yeah.
Because we can't obviously hang out a lot. It's tough to like get everyone together, especially when it's like, you know, there's health issues afoot as well. But like I really, if you guys want to keep doing this, I would love to. Not today, but just like, if we want to watch pay-per-view each month, I'm definitely down to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm free. I'm down.
Because I always want to get back into wrestling and then just kind of fucking skew it, because I'm very much the kind of person where like, you know, if I'm watching something, I want to watch it from the beginning, and with wrestling, that is an exercise in futility.
Right. That's why I jumped into like, just 15 years ago to the day. When was this? This was let me look this up. I think we had it for there for a second. WrestleMania 27. WrestleMania 27 was April 3rd, 2011. So yeah, like give or take a couple days. That was the other thing too, is that like the Kids' Choice Awards at WrestleMania being at the Gummy Bear household often coincided with like it also being Riley's birthday, and that's like why we went to Mania in New York, right?
Yeah. Well, Riley didn't go.
Oh.
He didn't want to come. So it was just that it was in New York.
Yeah.
So we were going to get tickets for both of our birthdays. It was going to be Riley was going to get a ticket for his birthday, and I was going to get a ticket for mine. But he didn't want to go. We got 3 tickets, so we were like, oh, hell yeah, ask Andrew.
Get your
he
other
probably
brother,
wants to go. Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, the older kids got me into it in video games and stuff, but like a really insurmountable like aspect of me, like I remember you guys at the November show. Maybe it was my dad, but the way I remember it is that Abel took me to my first wrestling show and was really fostering a lot of that, and was just like a huge aspect of really just like fostering all of my interests.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, my dad didn't really talk about wrestling all that much, but he was a big wrestling fan when he was growing up too. Dude, he would watch like Mil Mascaras and stuff like that.
That's what's fucking nuts, is that like my whole life, like I was the only one in the family that liked wrestling, and then like as an adult, I bring it up to like my dad and his brothers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we were like we would watch all the time. We were there when San Martino lost," and I was like, "You what? Wait, hold on."
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandpa said the same thing too, because my grandpa was a fan of it and my dad was a fan of it. So
Well,
I remember I would talk to them about it.
Yeah, you guys know Pop-Up, he would always do the claw bit. And then we
Yeah.
all watched Iron Lung, and we brought it up to him.
Von
He's like,
Erich.
yeah, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "The finishing move," and he's like, "I don't know who that is." He's like, "Where did you get the claw from?" But yeah, like I mean, it's specifically a local thing, like growing up in like Baltimore, because like really right now the only thing is the CFG Bank Arena, and that's where like, I mean, that's where Bray Wyatt debuted. You look back through that's what I really like, is having your like local stadium that like has all these historic moments. Because I think there were pay-per-views that happened at that arena too. Let me look into it, because like they change it all the time now. I think it's probably called something else. It's called like the Bitcoin Arena or something. Yeah, it's the formerly known as the Royal Farms Arena.
Yeah.
Dude, just
remember when Royal Farms
near here is like that.
Yeah, remember when Royal Farms was doing well enough that they could sponsor arenas?
Now it's the only place I get for real milkshakes. It's the only one that
Yeah,
still has that machine.
They're doing something fucking weird right now, where they're like, that I swear to God has to be like a tax write-off, because if you get 3 chicken tenders there, they give it to you for the price of 2, and they throw in this like energy drink called C4.
Damn.
I must emphasize, they do not give you an option to say no to the energy drink.
Right.
So like, there is not a button that says no thanks, I would not like a C4.
And they were really trying to pawn them off on us, even though like Logan Paul was doing his Prime thing. That was the other thing too, is that like I was very deep into it was 2024, so I was deep into the boycott of all the major companies on the list. So I was like, none of these major like soda manufacturers. Now I do, we've pulled back a little bit. I do drink them, but I just don't like. I rip the brands off. So if I'm on camera, I don't want to portray that brand. But like
you Greek them for the stream.
When I was I put a brown paper bag around them. When I was trying to that was also my partner who was visiting. It was talking like never like I'd been to America a couple times, but like he was like, yeah, I didn't know that like drinking publicly was illegal. I just thought that they put brown bags, like your can in a brown bag, in movies so they could avoid paying the brand.
I mean, that is part of it, but no, it is also illegal to do that.
But oh man, why did I breathe? Oh yeah, I was at VidCon and like I was trying not to drink any of the sodas, but like it was like California and the heat is beaming down, and the event was sponsored by Fanta, so they were like complimentary Fanta people who would just give out cups of Fanta at like every corner. And I was like, this is, and like for that weekend, I exclusively just drank Fanta Orange because that was just all that was. They were like water fountains, but they should have had a Fanta fountain. So the Great American Bash was at the arena in 1990, Great American Bash 91, Great American Bash 96, Great American Bash 98, 99, okay, see, Great American Bash 2000, all right, which is the one where Undertaker fights Muhammad Hassan. Oh, yeah, TLC 2011 was the CFG Bank Arena.
So, yeah, I went to that one.
Payback 2015.
Yeah, I was there.
Extreme Rules 2017. Full Gear 2019.
Oh, that's the other thing. So because I was very invested in trying to watch everything from the beginning, what ended up happening is that I got really into AEW because they had just put like the very first run of Dynamite and their pay-per-views on HBO at the time. Which is how I got into that. I've enjoyed what AEW has been doing, and I can't exactly pin down why. You know, I think it's like what exactly they're doing differently from what they were doing different from competitors. Well, competitors singular at the time.
I will say that, like, in my experience, when they were assuming they're both like on the same level, doing the same quality, for me, it was less about like this company's better now, this company's better now. I think that just historically doing both of them, going to both of them, I think WWE has a better show to watch on TV, and I think AEW has a better live show to go to.
I think it's because the wrestling is more of a thing for AEW, and it's more about the pageantry for WWE.
Well, like, when you're watching
so I think that has a lot to do with it.
When you're watching the show weekly and you're seeing Orange Cassidy just do Orange Cassidy stuff, you're like, okay, who cares? Like, I've seen this. But when you're there, it's like, whoa, he put his hand in his pocket. Like, it just it kind of resets when you're there.
I'm not gonna lie, I could watch Orange Cassidy do the Orange Cassidy bit a million times. Like, it's so evergreen.
And then even like basic stuff like MJF taunting the crowd, it seems like kitsch, like when you're watching it on TV, but like when you're there, it's like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think MJF like getting like personally attacking whatever city he's in. Like, I think that's great.
Well, that Punk feud
he's like one of the MJF is like one of the I think like one of the greatest heroes of all time.
He's kind of like the Miz.
He's like the Miz is the Miz like if you could never ever tell, like, even in his personal interactions, whether or not he was really an asshole.
Yeah, and that's what's great about him. He's very committed to his kayfabe. And for me, like, I think it just is conditioning, because like on top of like getting into wrestling, and I talk about this when it comes to like cartoons and just Cartoon Network in general, stuff like that. I got really, like, autistically or otherwise, really into schedules. So the idea of like, oh, this thing airs at 8:30 every night. Like, I know, like, I would write down the TV guide in my notebook, and I would remember it. Like, this is this specific time slot. And
autistically or otherwise, and then says one of the most autistic things.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten a proper diagnosis. That's stolen valor. I don't know. Anyway.
No, I mean, I've had a bunch of conversations about this, because, like, I swear to God, everybody who actually has a diagnosis tells me, like, you don't need a diagnosis. You fucking got it. Like, your RAD score is higher than mine.
Right. I have a Google.
You would just be you'd just be wasting money if you went and tried to get a proper diagnosis.
Yeah, I'm a doctor's visit away from having the diagnosis.
I can tell you, I have a Google sheet saved called The Decade, which is every movie, TV show, and game that came out over the last 5 years that I watched, and the date it came out, and they're color coordinated depending on if they're a game, movie, or show.
Yeah, that's absolute, because I have a similar list, and I call it my diagnostic criteria.
Oh,
like,
I see. Yeah, I showed it in a video, and everyone's like, come on. What I say is that, like, whenever I bring it up, I'm like, listen, I've got a diagnostic, but everyone in my life is pretty sure.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I think a lot of people are very similar in terms of it. There's like a clear line with neuroses like that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't want to steal valor, because I feel like a lot, like, you know, there's not a very high bar, but it happens a lot on the internet. I do think there is a decent amount of like no offense to them, right? No smoke. They were lovely people. I met with them, but like, this recent Christmas, I went over to one of our other friends' house who like wasn't in the Wii commune but lived in our neighborhood, and like it's people I went to school with. You know, the people who were not saying that this bars you from being so, but like people I grew up with who were like going to parties and on the football team or whatever, and they were like using the word stimming, and I'm like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm like, you just heard that on TikTok. Like, come on, like there's. It's not my job to gatekeep, but like, it did upset me a little bit.
I think the key difference is like, are you in community with people who actually have this, and it's confirmed, and like they are telling you, like, no, I act this way because of this. You seem to act this way because of this.
Yeah.
If you get a diagnosis right now, like, you're just going to be wasting money. I can just tell you.
No,
like,
I
this
understand that. I just worry that a lot of people kind of do it for like quirky points, and that's not actually like people who actually have
absolutely.
do that. But like that's a very internet thing. Anyway, the reason I brought it up is because like to me, it was really hard for me to get into AEW because to me, growing up with wrestling and getting obsessed with schedules,
it was Monday and Friday.
Yeah, well, no, wrestling is 4 weeks pay-per-view, 4 weeks pay-per-view.
Oh, gotcha.
So the fact that they would have like the blow-off of feuds happen on a Wednesday, I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like it
I get that.
Really shook me a little bit. And like and now they've sort of done that. They sort of have a pay-per-view each month. Like they're working their way up to that. But it's mainly like the main 8 or so. It just like for me it was a pacing thing that was hard to get into AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I think
that
once they
made it hard for me was how often they would do stuff on the shows that weren't Dynamite and not really talk about it on Dynamite. That was the hardest thing for me when I was trying to catch up with stuff.
Well, like what's the Saturday show? Collision? Yeah, when Collision was
Collision.
like before like that, like I think Dark was still around, so like there was a period where there was like Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, and Dark, and I couldn't watch all of it.
And then also Dark : Elevation too.
Yeah. And Rampage, those are like much anyway. Like I maybe this is too Fed-brained, but like I feel like they could benefit from a brand split a little bit, or like having people
if they're gonna bother with that many shows doing it in that style,
and that many people on the roster that don't really do stuff. Because like that was the idea, right? Is that Collision was gonna be Punk's show with Punk's friends, and then he got in a fight, and then he got fired.
Yeah. I think it benefits from the way that HBO was presenting it when they had the library done, because it was basically like they run. Yeah, you don't click AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision. You just click AEW, and then it's just a chronological list of the shows.
He hasn't concussed himself yet.
No, this I think this ends on like a count out or something like that.
Yeah,
and
when the Rock comes out, he's like, "This match sucks. Start it over."
Yeah.
Made an impact. They're subtly hinting to Alex Riley going to Impact.
That was TNA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
What's
so.
Riley Allexson doing in the Impact Zone?
I do love the way that they kind of like,
also,
Daniel Bryan, everybody's names whenever they switch companies. Like,
also, like that prop there, that when The Miz was the United States champion, he made Alex Riley carry the briefcase because he was Mr. Money in the Bank. But now he's the WWE champion because he cashed in the briefcase. So now Alex
he just
Riley
carries a briefcase.
Yeah, he just carries a briefcase. Like, it's completely unrelated. I guess it's a part of his gimmick. He's nothing without that briefcase.
Yeah, he's the errand boy. He carries the Miz's briefcase that he doesn't carry anything in.
Right. Well, a lot of people that talk about Money in the Bank are like, yeah, I had my gear in there or something, or like toiletries.
This is where he gets concussed, I'm pretty sure. He hits his head on the ground. He hits his head on the... Oh, no, it might not be there.
No, they both go over. I think it's the one closer to the concrete.
It's when they both go over.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
John Cena and that power coming back into the play.
Yeah, it would be funny if they like just to rib Alex Riley, basically just put bricks in the suitcase one day. That's some shit that they would do.
Oh,
that's
there it is. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's...
Jesus Christ. Oh.
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. There's no pads there. On purpose.
Oh, my...
I like how, like, Cena hasn't moved at all, but, like, The Miz is the one that's, like, visibly unconscious, and he's kind of, like, rolling around a bit.
Yeah,
like,
this is where the double count happens.
Yeah.
I think he's probably like talking to him, trying to make sure he's okay, like away from the
I had to
lights.
have heard that. I mean, I heard it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
both men have officially been counted out.
Okay.
Therefore, this match has been ruled a draw.
Oh man,
However,
A Rye.
still your WWE
Oh, yeah.
champion,
Push Rage.
well, the Miz retains.
Damn, they play the entrance theme? It's nuts.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I won. Just running
You
around
hear
like
that
a
theme, you know
rocket.
what it means.
Submit the champion.
He thinks he's still doing his entrance to get to the ring.
Yeah. Like, how'd I get down here? I got a match.
Oh, man.
We're the marshmallows that spell awesome.
Damn.
I mean, he is fucked up. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
visibly fucked up.
I know it happened, but like I didn't. Okay, now the Rock's coming.
This is definitely a retrospect thing where before you're like, man, he does not look good, but they're selling.
Right.
And now you're like, no, this guy's fucked up. Like
And
you can
but
tell.
you like
he
see
is-
it. You see the bounce.
Yeah. I remember fucking somebody was talking about it on a podcast once. He was like, you know, when I saw that happen, I was like, damn, Mike's selling it real good.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
came back and was like, oh shit, no, he's like really
No,
legit fucked up.
Yeah, his head got rattled.
As a Justin Bieber shirt. That was also part of this feud. Rock and Cena are calling each other Justin Bieber, Free Pebbles, whatnot. Oh yeah, and he also one of his lines is like talking about the Rock and Truth. I'm gonna take this from a fairy with a tooth. It's like that's not what the Tooth Fairy does. Oh, there's the anonymous Raw general manager. This dude's
Man,
so
The Rock is sweaty.
So the guests were Mae Young, Pee Wee Herman. Was that it? It was just those two, right?
No,
Gene
they had
Okerlund?
Mean Gene back there.
Yeah.
And I guess Howard Finkel did the Hall of Fame.
No, I just mean like for the Rock vignettes. Where I guess it's
Oh, for
next
the Rock
year where
vignette.
like whoever is hosting is like talking to all the different celebrities that show up.
Yeah.
Like how they put a different emblem on the laptop. Depending. See, they got to cover up that Apple logo.
Yeah.
They should
They're
put a brown
drinking
bag
it.
over it.
I just received an email from the Raw Anonymous General Manager.
This was another thing we did when we were playing wrestling is we would have that sound effect queued up.
Yeah.
Because Teddy's on the other show.
For the drama.
Manager, I think
Well, it's better than doing a Teddy impression. that might have, that might have come off wrong, coming from a group of white
A
children.
little tasteless. Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you think.
What are you gonna do? Fire
The
me?
Rock is the host of WrestleMania, and The Rock says there is no way that WrestleMania is over.
Damn. Show's not over.
The Rock
This goes on
says
forever.
that
No,
this
he means
match
that like,
must restart
as a wrestling
right
term, it's not
now.
over.
No. Yeah.
This is not over with the
I
crowd.
mean, hey.
Oh yeah, that took me a second.
No time limit, no doubt about it. No crying to your mama. No way on God's green earth, under God's hot sun in this.
No giving a shit if you can stand on your own feet or
He
not.
has been leaning a lot into the God stuff in his promos as well. It is Easter Sunday
Yeah,
after all.
remember when the Rock actually had the sauce?
I liked the final boss stuff where he said, "Go home and smoke some more crack." It was Easter Sunday 2011. That was April 24th. Okay, so this wasn't Easter WrestleMania.
To give the people what they
He does look like an egg, though.
I'm gonna give the people what they want, a different main event.
I'm gonna fight John Cena.
WWE title match is
Bring
I'm gonna
Snooki
fight
back out
Snooki.
here.
Cena got a
I'm gonna fight
I'm the
Snooki.
champion.
no disqualifications either.
Oh.
And Cena looking for that.
It's just tough to
Yeah,
watch now.
His fucking brain is just like wiggling around
He
like
is
jello.
dead weight.
I mean, it's a good moment of improving there, where they're like, okay, go get the fucking Rock out there to fucking help sell it. Because,
Well, I mean, that was
Yeah,
probably the
Mike.
plan, right? Is that like the count out was probably planned, but like Because like when he went over the barricade, they were at like 8 already.
I think they were supposed to have an actual match here. I would think.
But that was icy.
He's literally like drooling.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your WWE champion.
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't have The Rock drag him onto Cena and then walk out.
Well, I don't. Do we have a little? Yeah, I guess we got.
Through to WrestleMania 27.
Yeah, this has been.
What a shitty ending.
This has been WrestleMania 27. Do you guys still
look at him? Look at his face.
Do you still think this is the worst WrestleMania?
I mean, this is definitely up there. I haven't watched all of the first 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say
is
some
definitely
people
the
say
worst
that like
one.
it's unwatchable. Anything before the 90s. There are like, is WrestleMania 2 the one where it's held in like 3 different locations?
It's one of the first.
Yeah,
it's either 2 or 3, I think.
So like, if you're at Madison Square Garden, you see 2 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's.
Well, I'm sure they had a bunch
of top rope there.
I'm sure they had a bunch of dark matches at least.
I think they had
they had a battle royal and they had the Daniel Bryan and Sheamus match here. So I would assume they had dark matches then too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did for the Raw anniversary show. Is that like they didn't even have a match. They just had promos at Madison Square Garden. Don't rock bottom the Miz.
Oh, I was gonna bring this up.
You should go in the ring and point at him and say, "You're the Rock now."
In the state he's in, he'd believe it. But no, I was gonna bring this up when we were talking about it earlier, but I didn't get a shot to. But like, I do like watching the old wrestling stuff to, like, partly to catch like what gimmicks they've recycled, because like, on the scale of like 30, 40 years, it becomes increasingly obvious that like some of their superstars are kind of reheating leftovers. You know, like. Fucking Hulk Hogan's whole thing was just superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah. Well, even like, we're seeing here the Miz coming out with a heel valet. Like, how many managers does the Miz have that betray him?
Yeah, the female valet, all these types of stuff are the same.
I guess Brian was before this, with Alex Riley, and then Damian Sandow, and then I think Neville also for a bit.
I would say those are more like elements of a character. I mean specifically like some of these older wrestlers like just get recycled whole cloth at certain times.
But
like I'm pretty sure
you acknowledge it, it's like, oh, it's kind of fun that Dominic does the Eddie stuff. Yeah.
Well, I think that works in kayfabe really well because like in real life he's not. Yeah, but in the kayfabe he's like. He's Rey Mysterio's son, but really he's Eddie Guerrero's son. He does this like.
I'm sure there's more examples. I'm trying to think of like recent memory where like they lean into it. So, I mean, that's what you get when you get a wrestler's kid, right? Is that like they're doing that stuff.
Yeah. That's what The Rock did at first, like when he was Rocky Johnson.
Yeah. Well, that's why he was Maivia. Is he combined his grandfather and his father into Rocky Maivia.
No, he went. At first, he was getting billed as like his dad's son, because his dad was like, wrestling. I think a little more recently than Peter Maivia.
And now we got our written. Well, this Ultras, denizens of the BHultra Patreon. This has been WrestleMania 27, WWE 2011 circa commentary from Andrew, John, and Caden. If you guys enjoy this, or if you're watching it at all, we're probably going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter if you want to see it or not. But I had a lot of fun. Happy Easter, happy WrestleMania month, Easter? I guess. Yeah, sort of. I mean, I'm going to upload this the second we stop recording, because it is Sunday right now.
Got to keep the kayfabe on Easter Sunday.
I normally ask this with family, friends, but we got 3 minutes. You got anything to plug? Anyone want to direct people elsewhere?
So I've been starting streaming recently. We had to take a break so that I could move, but eventually I'm going to get back into it. But John the Myrmidon on Twitch is where I stream. Because we're in the middle of a Disco Elysium playthrough that I want to get through because it's a really good game.
Nice. I would love to do more tabletop stuff. And you guys
Oh no,
obviously...
it's a video game.
Oh,
it's
wow.
yeah. Oh, check out Disco Elysium. It's a great video game.
Mm-hmm.
It's isometric RPG.
And those 4 hours really flew by. Time flies when you're watching wrestling with friends. Well, it was fantastic doing this. I genuinely don't know when the last time the three of us watched wrestling together. It had to have been 15
probably
years ago.
Probably when this aired.
Yeah, this is why it's perfect 15 years. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up then and ending recording now.